Baturdays. Baturdays. Omnidog in the Minister of Comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the fact. Baturdays. 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 In the BatCave.
Heyo, welcome to Omnidog's Vault, Baturdays in the BatCave. And today we have a special guest with us. Wait, how do I, let me add him. There he is.
I guess no one saw my previous waves. Hey, everybody.
Oh yeah, what?
Oh, wait, does it doing? Does it? There we go.
Oh, yeah, how'd
Boom.
you get that?
We're ready. It's a new Apple feature where if you go over to like in the top bar where you see the FaceTime button, you can click that. So when you go peace and love.
Well, hang on a sec. Are
There
you
we go.
streaming from your phone?
No, this is for my computer.
Okay, let's start over. Okay, what now? If I go peace and love?
Maybe you don't have it. Is your computer up to date?
No.
Oh, okay.
I see the little red update button on my I just noticed it. I'm about 3 months behind on that. Okay, so
yeah.
that's what it is.
We were in a very serious meeting and like I went like 2 thumbs down to say I didn't do something and then it started raining and it was not appropriate.
That's awesome. Let's see who's here. My nephew's namesake. I have a nephew named Brian Bragg, and here's his name twin. Razor, no.
Sadly, I wish.
No.
I would trade my spot for Cycle because I want to watch that show.
Yeah, no. Kane's here. Hey, Kane. James, of course. What up? Larry's Library. Death Rattle chiming in on the hey now, don't dream it's over. Very, very nice. What a great song that is.
All caps. There we go. That's Cycle that we know.
Hey now. Oh, Elon's doing it too. Don't dream it's over. Elon, also known as Lobster Hybrid in the Discord, the Omnidog's Discord, which is down below in the description box. Also, all of Jake's information is also in the description box. Jake, where are you from?
Hey,
that you think you do?
I like you. I was like, yo, can I send you a link to put in the description? You said sure, and I sent you 16 links.
It's way more links than I have.
No, guys, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Jake. I'm one half of the Brave and the Boys. We are a YouTube channel. We are TikToks. We're on Instagram Reels. We're on Discord. We just like to talk about mainstream comics and preferably DC mainstream. We're a very small niche, but I branch out occasionally.
I think it's important. You found your niche and you're filling it well. So there's no reason to do anything but what makes you happy. And that it obviously makes you happy because it shows in your videos.
Wait. Did you just admit you watched my videos?
No, I was just trying to make you feel good.
Oh, I got so excited for a second. I was like, that's going in the diary.
There. You should have just let it float, dude. These intro jingles are great. Thank you to the great Nate Burkholtz for writing the intro jingles, and then Geo, the fabulous Manga Geekdom, animated this one and the Omnicat one, and the full 1 minute video that is the Omnidog theme song, which I can play right now. It's only like a minute. No, it's 20 seconds because it was a minute. And then he cut it down so I could have an intro. Let's see. Where is that?
James's comment cut me to the core.
Oh, well, we'll get back to it in a sec. This is 20 seconds of the 1-minute video that I'm sure James has already listed in the chat where to find the full 1-minute Omnidog animated video.
Omnidog, 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 yeah!
Right on, man. What now? Yeah. Oh, that was a COVID project that Nate did for me just for fun. And then he started charging other people. And it took him 100 hours to get that 1 minute of animation. So here it is. Thank you, buddy.
There's a show I loved called Parks and Rec, and in one season, a guy doesn't work at his job anymore, so he gets really into claymation videos, and he goes to show his friend what he made, and it's 3 seconds long of a guy getting out of bed, and he's like, "Oh, that's it?" And he's like, "That took me 6 months or something." So, then he realized he needed to get back to work.
Is this the video though, James, or is this their music?
Bandcamp would be the music, I think, if it says it's Bandcamp.
This is the music. Can you search in my my vault where it's the animated 1 minute clip? Thank you. Get back to me. Rising Phoenix spreading some love to Larry. Loved your show this morning. Noticed nothing got removed from the list. And Larry is happy about that. Mr. Tech says, I try to watch as many videos as possible. That's interesting. I'm your exact opposite. I try to watch no videos. None. Peace and love. But I will watch nobody else's videos. I'm too worried about getting influenced.
It's safer that way, because what if you accidentally say something that someone else has said? Like, you just know you didn't copyright if you don't watch each other's videos.
The thing I'm worried about. Hey, YP, good to have you here. The thing I'm worried about is getting influenced on somebody's opinion. Like if there's a book that I haven't read yet and somebody comes out and either mostly if they don't like it, or even if they do like it, that's going to color how I look at the book. Especially, so the minister is under strict orders to never tell me about a book until I've actually finished reading it.
We got asked a good question last night, and I was just curious about your opinion. Are you a matte paper or a glossy paper kind of reader?
I'm okay with either. I personally, I'm just happy to get the book when it comes out.
Fair.
I think it depends on the. I think it depends. Like Swamp Thing, the original Alan Moore Swamp Thing, I like it on the matte paper in those standard hardcovers that I kept, because I felt like it helped contribute to the murkiness of the colors and the art. But I'd rather have my omnibuses. Generally, I'd rather have them on glossy. I feel that makes the color pop. Some people have a preference. I don't necessarily. What's your preference? Do you have one?
I like gloss, but I've never had to try to shift my book around or change the lighting or something because of a glare, like what I read matte.
Oh.
But to me, gloss seems more premium. I don't know what paper costs like, but to me, I think colors are more vivid. But because to me, I feel like a lot of my matte books are like my standard size DC hardcovers, and that's always felt like, I don't know if that was a cost saving measure. But for me, I'd just rather it be consistent. Like, I'd want all the books in the volume to be the same kind of paper. So.
Johnny from Finland. Oh my. 2 good-looking, sober gentlemen to spend the evening with. Hope everyone is doing well. Look forward to the show tonight. Right on, Johnny.
Oh, that just reminded me I didn't grab drinks, like non-alcoholic drinks, like my energy drink and my water before I came in.
Go ahead. I'll just say hi to everybody and you can come back.
Oh, it's okay. I think I'll wait till my wife is out of the catio, and then I'll have her bring me something.
Labruski, who I just made friends with on Discord. I'm looking to buy an omnibus or DC Absolute. If you have to choose one, what would it be? Okay.
I mean, That's a
You're
whole
going to need to narrow it down. Why don't you narrow it
Yeah.
down to a character?
Or a genre or something like, you know.
Yeah, because I have over 700 videos and a ton of them are about omnis and absolutes. So you can always go through my library and look at what I've reviewed. Um, Jake has the same thing. Oh, speaking of omnis and absolutes, please remember organic price books, code Omnidog for $2 off your order, or the big savings, 5% off shipping 4 more books together. Omnidog ship it together. I'm trying to get Omnidog sit, but Fakakta JP hasn't gotten back to me.
I'm sure
That
he'll
guy.
respond in 6 weeks or something. And he'd be like, got it.
This is it. Thank you. Yeah, Omnidog theme song and animation. It's a minute long, and it is a labor of love. That guy is a great guy, Nate, and it's it's amazing. I'll be mad if Days of Sand isn't part of this list. Well, okay, that's a good segue into what this list is. Uh, Jake suggested it, and we each interpreted it to the best of our ability. It's not going to be the best. This isn't the best of 2023. These are going to be really cool things we picked up this year that we're happy about. Like I've got toys and a statue and some other stuff on my list besides books that I was excited to get that were my best pickups. And then Jake has what some of his best pickups were, just things that we were excited to buy or get or just own, get into our house, call it our own.
Yeah, Jess was like, we should do about books that we've read, and obviously I don't read books, I just buy them. So we had to do things that we picked up.
Razor is a glossy guy.
Yeah, glossy team gloss it up. Glossy gang. Can we be glossy gang?
Sure. Oh, whoops! I should take this off. And let's see, who else have I not said? Mr. Texas here. Good to see you. Oh, Labruski. Yeah, you're gonna. Okay, Labruski, try to narrow it down for us.
So
I would only do this if it was a video I was appearing in on very fine condition. And then I still probably wouldn't do it because I hate watching my videos of myself.
I have to be the only one who loves watching his own content to the point where I sneak watch my own content so my wife doesn't catch me because she thinks it makes me like a serial killer. So she'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I'll switch to an inappropriate video online because it's less embarrassing than I'm.
Razor's asking you, what are you doing with all those Marvel Omnis behind you? You're off brand.
I mean, Jess will vouch. I got all of these this year because when DC was in their weird hiatus of when I guess they didn't have a collected editions department, when their whole collected editions department were 2 kids in a trench coat pretending to be an adult, you know. I told she's my girlfriend at the time. I was like, I don't think I can buy any DC books. There's nothing announced this year. And she goes, okay, that means you can save your money for this year. And I go, oh, that doesn't sound right. So Jess shepherded me into Marvel, which is like when I read DC, it's like I'm reading my world. When I read Marvel, it's like I'm peering into somebody else's. If that makes any sense. Like I love it, but it's just
everything
not
that I recommended. I feel like you got, and I think you got. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I suggested a bunch of books that were easy to get into, a good way to get into Marvel, and you know, you're building your collection still. I mean, we all are to a certain extent, but you're building your Marvel collection.
Yeah. Building my indie collection a little bit too now, which is nice. I think it's hard though, is because I mean, we're different. I'm like into analytics and the algorithm. And whenever I make a non-DC video, the algorithm goes, nobody sees this video. So I do with the algorithm. Yeah.
Here's Samantha Jane from New Zealand. If you get a chance, you really should check out her Instagram because she picks the most beautiful places in the world to visit. The pictures and videos or reels, I guess, on Instagram. I don't know if you have a Twitter account, Samantha, but they're the pictures she gets are just breathtaking. Like I think I recently looked at, she went to Bali and it was
Oh, wow.
amazing. So yeah, Samantha's, besides a big comic book nerd, she's a big traveling, well, not nerd, but travel adventurer. She goes tons of places.
Do you travel with books or do you read digitally when you travel?
I take my iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I understand people wanting to read physical, but
Yeah, it's just too risky. I mean, what I'm gonna do? Pull out the entire Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck on a plane? Like that'd be bananas.
maybe. Well, it also depends on the way I'm traveling. Like if I'm on a plane flight somewhere, yeah, it's going to be an iPad. But we went to Vermont last year for a month, and I took an extra bag, a suitcase like full of books because we were
Nice.
driving,
Yeah.
so it didn't matter.
Oh, you weren't driving, so it wasn't like you were reading the book while you were driving, right?
No. It was, we spent a month there, so I
Yeah,
took
yeah,
a
yeah.
huge suitcase full of books. And
That's
here's
yeah.
Mary M. So nice. We just had more of your coffee this morning and this afternoon and about 2 minutes ago. Thank you so much, Mary, for that, all that great coffee. It was
That brings up a
super
good
nice of
question
you.
of what I do for Heroes Con this year. Do I bring a suitcase for books to be signed, or do I just try to buy things there to sign?
Hey, Chris, you're going to end up doing both.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would, well, actually, I'll tell you exactly what I'd do. You should get, well,
Cart with wheels?
you're going to end up with like 5 suitcases. You got to have one for clothes. Then you got to have one for books you want signed. And you're definitely going to be buying stuff there because
Yeah.
all the creators have their own stuff and you want to support them and you're going to get excited. And it's not FOMO'd. It's more like excited to meet them and have them sign their own stuff.
I'm just hoping Templesmith is there so I can get a cat drawn on my belly.
I will totally walk you over and film that for you. That will be
Whose
great.
channel does it get posted on? I'm just kidding.
Yours. I'm not doing that on mine. Oh, Sazmurph is here. What up, Sazmurph? And you all want to see Cycle on a stream, huh? T. Hodgins. Oh, good day from Canada. Big pilgrimage tomorrow, going to see Monty Python's Holy Grail on the big screen. Nice. Very nice. Shout out. Hey, Jesse, say what? What up? Death Rattle, Ryan. I think I'm going back to the back. Crowded house. Whoa, Warren Weaver's here. Warren, who I think we have one book in common that we like. The rest he hates.
Those are the best friendships, though, right?
Yeah, I guess I don't have to worry about him stealing anything from my house if he comes to visit.
True. Versus me, Jess looked in my backpack as I was leaving.
I totally did. Matt, all the way.
So
Rick Ray, how you doing? Yeah, they are. Javier, welcome. Oh, comic book report. What up?
I hope everything's
for life.
I hope everything's going good with your apartment situation, man. Keep us updated.
Yeah. Seriously. Okay. What about a Batman Absolute or an Image oversized hardcover? Hopefully that narrows it down. It does a little bit.
So
With the
Batman,
Image,
yeah.
You're gonna have to give us a genre. Do you like fantasy? If you like well-written, incredibly beautifully drawn fantasy, I'd say 7 to Eternity from Rick Remender. And Batman, it sounds like he's just getting into Batman probably. So what's Batman
Court of
Absolute?
Owls just got back into print, which is a good. I mean, the thing is it's orphaned in terms of storytelling, but it's a great story. You know, if you don't want to go the Omni route for it, the Court of Owls Absolute I think is special.
I'm gonna suggest for an absolute, I would suggest Superman for All Seasons for an absolute.
That's in print and that's fantastic. That's one Very special
And then
one.
for the omnibus, I would say Snyder's Batman, because then you get the full story. Well, the full first half of the story.
Yeah.
So
That's a good answer.
And Labruski, you can always ask that question in the Discord and take suggestions from everybody except Cycle. He's
Yes,
going to
he's
tell
gonna
you to
say
buy
goiter.
and pee pee poo poo and all this other stuff. This is a good suggestion. Yeah, from Razor, Gotham Central Omni and Criminal Volume 1 through 3.
Oh, I
Very
didn't know
good.
the criminal ones were still in print. I should pick those up.
Are they not in?
I don't know. No, I just say I didn't know.
Oh, actually, I double bought accidentally Criminal Volume 2 if you want to pay like $15 for it.
I'll do it, man. I'm down.
Okay, good. That helps. I won't
Unless
even
my
bother
wife is
looking.
watching, then I cannot spend any money on comic books without my wife's approval.
Blink twice if you want me to send you the book. Okay.
My favorite was when we were planning and budgeting out a hotel for Heroes Con, and I realized I thought I had pre-ordered Batman Eternal, which wasn't out of print when I waited on for it to come back into print. And JP, who you have an Omnidog code with at Organic Price Books, said, "Hey man, I'm shipping the Eternals out today if you want to pick it up." So I texted Jess my wife, while we were planning hotel stays, if I could get Batman Eternal, and she goes, "Bold of you to ask to buy a book after we're planning a trip for you to go see your friends at a comic convention." And I
saw
said,
that.
and I said, "So is that no?" And she's like, "No, you do you, man."
I saw that. Bold of you. That's a great way to start a text.
Yeah.
Comic Book Report wants Spidey 2099 is on my 2023 list. Oh, as far as your favorite pickups. Okay, good. See, I understand. I understand
Nice.
my own topic now. Good. N-Man, what up? There was an interview with Jerry Conway I saw around the time of his Tales of Batman Volume 3 came out today. Comic book paper came up and he said that they would have used nice paper back in the day. What is nice paper glossy? Huh. Okay, here's oh, but budgets prevented them. Makes sense, I guess. So that was when they used matte. Here's Johnny's suggestions. Solid choices. I don't know that I'd recommend Fourth World to somebody. It sounds like Labruski's just starting to build his collection.
And I think All-Star Superman's out of print currently. Maybe you can see it at some places, but I don't think, because like, wasn't there a deluxe recently?
Yeah.
Well, I know New Frontier's out of print because they just released the deluxe. It's New Frontier Anniversary Absolute, or is it the New Frontier Anniversary Deluxe? Get that story in any format you can. New Frontier is phenomenal.
Yeah, and All-Star Superman. If I feel like that's kind of an evergreen title for them.
Yeah,
I've in the next 6 months, if it's, I'd be surprised if they didn't run it back into print.
Especially with if they are taking anything from that for future movies, because like Batman and Son, they're coming out into an Absolute now because that's taken a page from the movie,
Mm-hmm. Mr. Tex, I'm reading Absolute Wonder Woman by Ezra Chang instead of the Omni, despite the price differences.
That's my kind of reader.
I also have both those Absolutes. I wanted that art in gigantic size because it's so great and it's a great story. Wow, good morning from Singapore. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a long while. Hi, Omnidog, Jess, and young Jake.
Young Jake, okay.
Jake is serial killer confirmed. Yeah. I ordered it. I think it came out. When did it come out? It came out in November, like the last week in November. Pretty sure it's already on its way to me. So, yes. Okay, I have Criminal Deluxes. I tried Gotham Central, but wasn't crazy about it. We'll give it another try, though. Yeah, definitely. Please give it another try. And you already got the Criminal Deluxes, so that's good. And we found out that I can send my Volume 2 to Jake. That's good.
Jake
Mr. Awesome. Omnidog and Jake the Boy Wonder. I think it should just be Jake the Boy Wonder.
It's Kid Omnidog. I
Kid
want
Omnidog.
I want Kid Omnidog. I sound
Okay,
like
you should change it.
this. Okay.
Kid Omnidog. I like that. A fifth of Jack Gaming. Growing up, I was exclusively Marvel. Now I'm forcing myself to be more well-rounded. Nice. YP, have you ever measured the price of something based on omnis? Oh, thank goodness my wife just left. She was down here for a second on this question. I recently caught myself thinking, do you know how many omnis I can buy at that price? Are we talking like you were thinking about buying a car and instead you ended up with 230,
It's like
2,400 omnis?
it's like you see a jacket at the store and you go, "Oh, I want to buy this jacket," and the jacket's $80, and you're like, "Are you kidding me? I could buy an Omni for that price." And it's just a way to like, I've done that all the time, and I do that a lot with one of our favorite places to eat is Raising Cane's, and it's like $27 for both of us to eat. So I'm like, we're trying to use that as a frame of reference. We're like, hey, we didn't eat out today. We saved $27. So,
well, that's a good way to think. I haven't thought in that method, but it sounds like you and YP share that in common, which is cool. Thank you, James. Samantha's Instagram, OMG Samantha. Jake, what you said about when you read Marvel is exactly the way I feel when I read DC. What did you say when you read Marvel?
So when I read DC, it's like I'm reading my world versus Marvel. I'm peeking into somebody else's. Like I feel like a visiting.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, and Larry is more of a Marvel guy. Okay, let me see. 2023 isn't over yet, and I've read a total of 105 books. It's not over yet, and I have a stack that needs reading. Do you have a stack of shame, though? I've got my Israeli correspondent asking me what I've done so far on that stack of shame. Wait, no, she must be asleep now. She can't be in the Discord. No.
You've been making some progress on it though. We've texted a bit. You're making some progress.
Yeah, I've actually read more than I thought. Well, definitely more a DC person myself, but did pick up quite a few Marvel collected editions this week and a seriously oversized EC Comics collected editions beast of a book as well. Hello to William Lee. True Graphics here. Nice. Joseph was saying how great Sarah was by Garth Ennis, and he's right. That is a brilliant book. Brilliant. Bring half a suitcase of books or signatures and use the other half to bring stuff you buy home.
That sounds good.
That sounds really smart, but I think we all know he's going to buy an entire suitcase worth of books.
I mean, we did that when we went to the Alani for our honeymoon or our wedding moon. We bought a suitcase at the Disney resort because it was this Disney themed suitcase you wanted, and it was filled with Disney merch. Because so easy to be
great.
It's so easy to be like, it's our honeymoon. Cha-ching!
Yeah. You say, and you're at Disney place. So
I am, and a lot of the merch there you can only buy there. So that's how they get you.
Yeah. Mary M says, Jake, I'd bring some books with you to get signed if you can. Buying at every table adds up quickly. I'm speaking from experience. She's right. Yeah, she and I were both buying stuff at Heroes Con.
I did that at WonderCon. I had a book. I didn't have a book with me, but I had that book at home in my office, and I go, I'll buy another copy to get it signed here. So I've been there. Yeah.
Comic Book Report says Omnidog, The Brave and the Boys. Name a more iconic duo.
Or an iconic dynamic duo.
That's right. With what is it? Kid Omnidog or what are
you? Omnidog.
Kid Omnidog. Half of what I read this year, the still stick with me. Many Desolate Star, Guardian of Fukushima, Yokohama Kadaishi Kiku. Whoa, that has to be manga. Spider-Man 2099, In This Corner of the World. Okay, you're going next Imagine on me. Hitomi, Aranya, and Spider-Man 29, Dark Tomorrow. Prose, I love this book. Land of the Living Gods, Once and Future. Yeah, and A Story of Seven Lives. Cat manga.
Oh, I want to read that cat manga.
There's my Discord. Thank you, James. Joachim, Joachim, how are you? We'll watch the recap way past bedtime. Peace and love to you, my friend. Just a couple of months ago, I bought the Han Solo OHC off of eBay. When it arrived, I realized I bought it from you. It made my day.
Oof.
Oh, I think I gave you a pretty good price on that too.
Okay.
I think it was only like $10, wasn't it, Chris? That's so cool.
That's not
Wow.
bad. I didn't know if it was like you gouged him on eBay to pay for the medical insurance, but he could have gotten a better deal going straight through you.
No, it was just unloading an extra copy. Actually, sometimes as repayment to Nate for everything he's done for me, I'll sell books on eBay because I have a thing set up more than he does. You know, I have everything down to kind of a science at this point. So he sends me books to sell for him, and that was one of them. That's cool, Chris. Samantha, thanks, guys. I take some trade paperbacks when I travel, but I also read on my phone because I don't have an iPad. I always trying to find comic book stores too. That the series of pics you took in Bali were amazing. I think that was the waterfall video. Really remarkable.
I don't know if I've ever read a comic on my phone though. I mean, I've read like a web comic, but like I feel like it'd be hard to scroll.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he already has the Snyder Batman Omni. Okay, good. Oh, literature and pictures. What up?
What up, Torsten?
Yes, you do, Ryan. Gotham Central all the way. Also, Omnidog, I want to thank you for suggesting It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth. It is so good, and I ordered her other book too now. Oh, great. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. It's that's the book I had signed by her at Heroes Con. She's a lovely young woman, and I don't think Bunk's at Columbus, so he's probably not in the chat, but
I think he's at GalaxyCon this weekend.
Yeah, that's in Columbus, GalaxyCon. Yeah. So he had her. There's a sweet potato that she ends up being so goofy about in the book, and Bunks had her sign a sweet potato twice now, and she cracks up about it. So it's really good.
I know he messaged me and he said getting her to sign my sweet potato, and I got a good discount on like a sketch.
Yeah,
good for you, dude.
Also, I thought so. All-Star Superman Absolute was listed for next year. Yeah. Labruski, I've been building a collection since 2021, mostly indie stuff with some Marvel and DC, the flagship titles. But so far, the only DC stuff I love is Batman. The rest I can't seem to get into.
I'm curious to know what you've tried, just out of curiosity. Like what about Batman do you enjoy, and what have you tried about DC that you didn't enjoy?
And also, nobody says you have to like everything. If all you like is Batman, it's your collection. So totally go do it your way.
That's 90% of my collection, right?
Have to say my favorite pickup was Cates and Stegman Venomnibus. Most excited reprint was Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4.
I love the Venomnibus. I tore through that in like 2 days. It was so fun, and I absolutely loved it. I wanted to buy the spin-off ones like the Carnage and King in Black, but I found out Marvel does Event Omnis different than DC, and I'm not sure if I like it as much.
Right. Yeah, it is different. Oh, okay. This is going back to, he put the word nice in quotes. He didn't specify glossy, but I kind of think he meant that. Okay. Good for you, Ryan. This book is great. And that was a casualty, one of the first casualties of the pandemic. It sold out within like 30 minutes. So I'm glad
I may or may
DC's
not have ordered
reprinting
that too, but in case my wife's watching, I won't say I did order it.
If you are collecting Batman by Absolute format, I would go Year One and then Long Halloween and Dark Victory.
I found a Long Halloween today out in the wild for $60, and I almost bought it just to try to help someone else out, but I didn't. But
That's the one that's wait, what's the one that's
Dark Victory. So Dark Victory is the most out of print. Haunted
okay?
Night and Long Halloween are both newerly out of print, but they're still fetching higher. Like Haunted Night, you could probably still find because that's like the least cool of the three. But Dark Victory was a pretty penny for me.
Hmm. I wonder if I sold that to you because I sold mine and got the Omni.
I would be sad if I did it because I bought it from someone off eBay. I was like
Yeah,
not having
that's
a
where I
good day.
sold it.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need your eBay name. Honestly, I don't
Crippling.
think it was you because my Dark Victory smells like cigarettes, and I don't think you smoke. So
Oh, that's right. No, I don't
I
smoke.
had to stuff dryer sheets in.
Did that work?
A little bit.
What
I don't
up,
want to give
Lionheart?
I don't want to give Mitch the satisfaction because it was his idea. So I'm gonna say it didn't work.
Crippling depression. Thank you for the super chat. It's really nice of you. Haven't watched live in a while. Thanks for countless hours of entertainment, Jess. I appreciate it. Also, please read Berserk.
I don't think
Crippling
that's for me.
depression. Peace and love. I read the first volume of Berserk, and it just wasn't for me. First of all, I have trouble with the format. It's hard for me to read the manga style, you know, this way, backwards, whatever. And none of the manga content has really grabbed me. Junji Ito stuff is easier for me to follow for some reason, and so I've read a few of those and like them. But I tried Berserk. Thank you for the super chat a lot, Crippling Depression, but suggest a different book for me to read. That's not manga. Let's see if we can meet in the middle.
That's a new inside joke with Jordan because Jordan's currently 7 volumes deep in Berserk, and he keeps saying how much he keeps waxing poetic on how much he loves it, and then he'll go, "But it's not for you. You wouldn't like it," and it just like drives me crazy that he says it in like a condescending way. But but he's coming from a place of love because some of the subject matter touches on things that I'm not a fan of in my books. So
No.
like yeah, so for me it isn't for me, but I don't like it when he says it's not for me.
In that condescending tone.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, it's so good, but it's not for you. You wouldn't get anything from it. It's not for you." And it drives me bonkers.
That's awesome. This from the guy that worships All-Star Batman and Robin and gave me
Right?
a reading list of what I should do to catch up on it. And
And they
so I was
never
like,
released the video.
sorry?
He never released the video you two shot.
What?
It's still locked in the vault.
I had to read that stupid book for him. That punk ass bitch. Tell him he better release that. I'm gonna
He
fly
told me
over
one
there
time.
tomorrow and
Yeah.
bonk him on the nose, man.
He told me the other day, he said one time he reached out to you and said, "I'd love to be a guest on one of your shows on your channel." And you were like, "Sure, man." And then I guess you never got back to him. And I said, "That's because you made him read All-Star Batman and Robin and then didn't release the video."
I don't remember Jordan ever asking that. He can be a guest whenever he wants.
I don't know. It's not for him. He wouldn't gain anything from it.
Sorry, Jordan. Yeah, I'll let you handle that.
They're all clamoring to release the Omnidog cut. You know what I'll do? I have access to the video. I'll just post it. You know?
Good. Yeah. Because he forced me to read it. It was awful. Here's Cage. Good to have you with us. There's Nick's Imaginaut. There is, in fact, a new Absolute All-Star Superman printing coming next year, which will be worth holding out for the prospectively improved binding, if not also coloring and paper stock. All
probably
good
higher
points.
price. Because DC books are getting more expensive.
Everything is. Yeah. Joshua, welcome. I discovered your channel recently and I'm so glad. Oh, and I have another. Wait, and I'm so glad I have another wonderful, warm, positive perspective on this amazing medium. Thank you. That's a nice compliment. Thank you, Joshua. Glad to have you aboard.
I'm going to pretend he was talking about me.
Yeah, no. I think he was me. Jess, can you please repeat the last 15 seconds? Oh, you got a stupid commercial? That was at 8:27. I'm 20 minutes behind in the chat already. What was the last thing we said? Mr. Tex favorite pickups for statues. DC Collectibles, Michael Turner's Supergirl. Oh yeah. J. Scott Campbell's Dynamite, Sheena Queen of the Jungle, Arctic version, and Static Arts. Even I know this. Final Fantasy VII remake. Uh-oh. I thought I knew this. Tifa Lockhart blue dress. Okay, I only knew Final Fantasy VII.
Do they have different Tifa Lockharts and different color dresses?
I don't know.
Because he specified blue dress, so maybe there's like a Tifa Lockhart in a green sports coat.
Yeah. Michael Turner's Supergirl. I can just picture that. What a great one. Justin, your Essential Collected video, you were all excited for the new for the New Mutants 3. Wait. It's New Mutant.
I don't think it's young, right? It's just
it's not young. It's just New Mutants.
New Mutants, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, New Mutants. Is that a good series to get into? I don't know. I haven't read the material in volume 3 yet, but I've read 1 and it is so good. I believe it's by Chris Claremont, and I think volume 2 is also. Both are great. I love the younger mutants. That's my favorite thing. Like, I'm fine with Cyclops and Wolverine and everybody, but I really like, besides Emma and Magic and what's her name? Rogue. What the hell am I talking about? Oh yeah, New Mutants. I like.
Young Mutants.
Young Mutants. What's
Are
the
they
other
from like
Young Mutants? Generation X. I like that series.
I feel like I need to look at that graph that Peter made for very fine condition, because I isn't that somewhat related to like that book that The Road to Mutant Massacre that like overlaps with certain things. I didn't know if that was one of the books that might be somewhat redundant.
Yeah, it could be.
Let me see if I can find that graph and I'll chat it to you, because it showed what, and I think New Mutants was related to it.
But Rising, I would definitely recommend trying New Mutants Volume 1 first. It's really, really, really good. Lionheart's favorite pickup, Batman TMNT Omni, Superior Spider-Man Omni, and Spider-Man 2099. Nice. I want the stack of shame to become shelves of shame.
I had shelves of shame.
Jess. My stack is not a stack of shame. It's a stack of glorious reading. Jess and Jake, are you guys picking up any books this week? Kind of a big week with 4 Omnis coming out. Let's see.
I have some on the way. I don't know what comes out but I have Ultimate Spider-Man 3 coming eventually, Batman Eternal, Wonder Woman by Gail Simone. I bought Justice League Dark and Manifest Destiny.
Yes, Manifest Destiny. Good job.
Yeah, but I can't tell Mitch I bought it because he suggested it, because again, I can't give him satisfaction.
I read that book before he did. Frickin' Mitch. Batman Eternal is coming out this week.
So I got that.
I'm not seeing Madman Volume 5. That's going to be great. I don't see...
I don't know why I bought that. I read it at your house and I didn't like it, and then I still picked up Volume 1 to try to give it another shot.
Of what?
Of Madman. I remember I read it at your house, and I wasn't
not
into
for everybody.
And I don't gain anything from it. It's not for me, you know?
It's not for you, Jake. Thunderbolts Uncaged Omni's coming out.
Oh, I got to get that. I finally got Volume 1 of Thunderbolts, so now I have all 3.
Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 3, Wonder Woman, Golden Age Volume 1. Yeah, there are a lot of...
Did you get Ultimate Spider-Man 3? And if so, which cover did you choose?
I did not, because I stuck with the original hardcovers.
Nice.
They took me so long to put together that I just can't let go of them. And they're the same size as the Omni, so...
How does that work with the event Spider-Man Ultimate Spider-Man Omni? I don't want to say the name because the name's a spoiler, but like
I do have that Omni.
okay. So I
You
didn't know
do,
if that was integrated
yeah.
with the oversized hardcovers or
Oh yeah.
we got the fellow jabronis getting that chart for us, showing us the overlap with New Mutants 3. They're working for us in the chat
Oh, they are.
or in the method.
We're talking about Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here's a good question.
I got FOMO, so I bought a ticket. Even then I realized I had to buy a plane ticket and a hotel and a bunch of other things. So
our world traveler says, what are you reading at the moment?
I just finished Absolute Preacher Volume 1, and I am currently halfway through Nice House on the Lake Deluxe, which I'm supposed to be reading with Jess.
Yeah, that's from my stack of shame. So I need to read that. Also from my stack of shame, I'm reading the 2 volumes of Gun Honey. But volume 1 was great, so I'm looking forward to volume 2. And then I just finished Dark Ride volume 2 from my stack of shame. Great horror. Really great horror. As a matter of fact, this is on my, what is this video called? Our favorite pickups of 2023? I'm talking to you, Jake.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to find that graphic for you.
Oh,
I got
okay. It's all
I got
right.
lost in that graphic. Oh, what was it? What was the question that you said?
What's our topic?
Oh, our topic is favorite pickups. So for me, these were things that were more excitement than just getting a book. Like maybe there's a story behind it or a reason why or something, you know, that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, this is the first thing I grabbed. It's Dark Ride Volume 2. It's one of my favorite pickups because it was Volume 1 was gripping, horrifying, and I just started to care about some of the characters, and I knew that there was some world building going on and I wanted more, and this delivers. It gives
Nice.
really good world building on let me see if I can say this quickly. There's in the middle of the desert, Devil Land is built. It's the most horrifying amusement park on Earth, and there are definitely demonic forces at work here. The Walt Disney-esque character has 2 kids named Sam Hain and Halloween. Sam Hain's kind of the bumbling son who tries to do well but doesn't, and Halloween's the woman who's a media star, social media star, and all kinds of things start happening that are not of this earth and totally terrifying. So I love it's by Josh Williamson. Really like his writing a lot. So I really was looking forward to this is one of my best pickups.
Was it a long gap between volume 1 and volume 2?
I picked up Dark Ride a little bit late, I think, because Lou from Omni Bros recommended it to me. So I didn't have to wait that long. But let me see how many issues are in this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's just 4 stories. And then there's a 5th story, chapter 8. Yeah, $15 for this trade paperback. That's really cheap. The art's really good too. I'm gonna go over this when I review my stacks of shame. Also in the stack of shame that I couldn't wait to read another horror book, The Night Eaters. This is by the same team that does Monstrous, Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. It's a hardcover and it came with a real signed bookmark.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I wanted that. I think someone in the chat hipped me to the fact that it was on sale. If you're in the chat and you're the one responsible, so thank you. How do
You gotta send all these horror recommendations to me because like my wife, that's all she likes is horror comics, and I've been on the lookout for more books for her.
Okay, well, write it down. Night Eaters.
Okay.
And Dark Ride.
Dark Ride. Maybe
Yeah.
for each book, you got to say if you think I'd like it or if it's not for me and I wouldn't gain anything from it.
It's not for you, it's for your wife.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a great horror series too. I haven't read this yet, but I was very excited to pick it up because the first book was so well done, so creepy and well done, so interesting. Just like the best horror movies, you don't need. I don't like a lot of gore and stuff. I just like the things unseen that are scary to me. So that this book has it all. Joshua Hayes currently reading Omnibus and Klaus Deluxe Edition. Also got the new affordable Seven Soldiers. Heck yeah, let's go. Seven Soldiers is good.
I feel like affordable in parentheses is kind of funny because like that was one that I've seen Omnis jump in price, but the original Seven Soldiers was 75 and this one went to 125. That's a jump
It's
right
125?
125.
What? Where's my Seven Soldiers? Oh, it's behind some figures right now. I've read Labruski. I've read All Star Superman, Superman for All Seasons, Kingdom Come. I feel like I need to try some other characters: Green Lantern, The Flash. What DC character should I try, and what runs? Now that's a question we can answer.
You should get. It's coming back into print, which I bought on accident, and that'll tie into one of my books this year. Justice League: World's Greatest Superheroes. If you liked Kingdom Come, I think that gives you a nice little stories of the different Justice League characters. Again, New Frontier is another one of those ones where it gives you a little bit of every DC character. And when you read those stories of different DC characters all together, you can see which ones you gravitate towards and then maybe pull you in a specific direction. That Joshua Williamson Flash, though, the Rebirth Flash stuff that they announced, that's also phenomenal. And I've double dipped in that already. So that could be fun. And then Jeff Johns Green Lantern, you can't top that. I finally completed my set of that by getting Blackest Night, the Green Lantern Corps, and Brightest Day. And it's just
you shouldn't be telling anybody you bought Brightest Day.
Well, dude, Chris in the chat, like he baited me into it.
You.
I said I didn't even ask if I'm missing anything. I said, is this the right order? Because I was trying to fit Blackest Night and Green Lantern Corps in their respective spots chronologically. And he goes, this is how it's supposed to look like. And he sent it to me with Brightest Day in it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm only going to buy it because I have a Target gift card. I'm not actually spending money on it. And then Target said, oh, it's back ordered and it might come somewhere between December 1st and January 30th. What does that mean? It might come
in the next 2 months.
I canceled my order, used the gift card to buy Astro City, and I bought Brightest Day from Amazon.
Astro City's great. Yeah, what Jake said is 100% right on his recommendations. And Green Lantern is especially good if you can alternate with Green Lantern Corps, which I had custom bound, but now it's coming out in omnibus form, and you don't have to read it, but if you have a setup where you could have Green Lantern by Jeff Johns Volume 1 and Green Lantern Corps by, I think it's Tomasi.
Tomasi, yep.
And you can, Green Lantern Corps helps enrich the experience. So you don't have to have Green Lantern Corps, but it's great on its own, and they're great together. Like Oreos and milk. Except
PB&J.
For Crime Related, did a marathon Brubaker's Reckless series. Definitely a better pacing of plot lines than Criminal. Whoa, those are big words.
Not buying your Criminal anymore. This person told me not to.
Followed by a quick reread of Scene of the Crime on the rare OHC. Reckless and Criminal, i.e., Reckless is awesome. How dare you say that about Criminal, though?
It's criminal to say that.
I like Jake's stories where he realized he could help someone but decided not to.
I literally called Jordan. I called Jordan and said, hey, man, I know you have the Omni. It's $60. Do you want me to get it for you? And he goes, nah, I mean, if I wanted it again, I just get the deluxe. And I'm like, it's $60, bro. Like it's that it goes for like 180, 200 on eBay right now. And he goes, I mean, you should get it and flip it. And I go, I don't flip books. So I didn't get it.
It's not for you.
I know, flipping books or yeah.
Not flipping books is not for you. That's my ballpark. Oh yeah, there's these ones, Javier. We're gonna do a video on those someday on Omnibros. Sato, I tried Monster. I read 2 books, the first 2 books. It just didn't for me. I'm so happy that everybody loves manga, but this has been a discussion I've been having for 6 years now with everybody. I can't.
Have you tried Superman versus Meshi?
No. Okay, let's see. Who's Jordan? That's a good question.
Who exactly?
Wait, Joshua, both of you, I was referring to Omnidog, but we'll be checking out Brave and Boys now also. I love this comics rabbit hole. Always so many books and fans to discover.
Oh, this is when I made the joke and I said I'm gonna pretend he's talking about me when he was saying nice things about you.
Wait, what?
Remember, he said really nice
both
things.
of you.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
He
right,
said
right,
really
right.
nice things. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
fishing for compliments. I was being emotionally needy.
Josh Greathouse, Jordan is the heart, and oh, it was such a good dig, but you said herd.
He does
Jordan
it all
is
the.
the
I
herd and
swear I've seen him do
soul.
that before.
Oh, it was such a close mic drop there, Josh.
That's like you
Herd
drop
and
the mic
soul.
and it bounces back up into your hand or something. So it wasn't
Or
a real
bonks
mic
you in the
drop.
nose.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think this is Final Fantasy VII talk. Yeah. Okay.
To Labruski, the book is called Justice League World's Greatest Superheroes. I can kind of segue into one of my pickups, but essentially I mean, you probably know a little bit more about me, but I was trying to find Abs Justice, which is another Alex Ross book, and it was one that I wanted to read because on my very first stream I ever did with Omnidog, I don't even think the stream was live. It was just an interview that we pre-recorded. He told me I was missing Justice, and he said he loved Justice. He said there's always this big plot twist that he forgets about, and he gets to rediscover it when he rereads it. So I wanted to get it, and I thought I was getting a good deal on Absolute Justice, and it was terrible. It was stolen from a library. There's not even a slipcase. So I went to buy it again, and I bought another one that was a good deal. And I opened it up, and it's another book that I had never heard of called Justice League World's Greatest Superheroes. So that one is interesting because it is an absolute, but it's slightly different dimensions than a traditional absolute because it's the traditional magazine size. So it looks like this, while a standard absolute looks like this. So it's a little bit wider.
Oh, you're just
Was that a little
bragging
flex?
now. You're just
No.
going for a humble brag, holding up JLA versus Avengers.
Oh, that
That's
old
a
thing?
humble brag.
That old thing?
Yeah,
So
right.
so it's one-off stories that are hand-painted. Paul Dini writes the stories. Alex, who is amazing. Alex Ross does the art. There's this panel where Batman helps a kid break the cycle of violence. It's just phenomenal, bro. Like the emotion he emotes in their characters. And it's really good. It's coming back into print. I wonder if it'll be the same size or if it'll be regular absolute size, but it's really enjoyable, and it was a happy accident.
That was something that I still kept my magazine size books, and I got the collected edition. So I do double dip sometimes.
But the pickup I was trying to say was Jess helped me get an Absolute Justice with a slipcase in good condition. It was sealed actually for below cover. I had just told my fiance at the time, okay, we're going to save for Hawaii, no more buying books. And then Jess sends me a photo of someone's bookshelf with Absolute Justice. And he's like, hey, it's Absolute Justice for below cover price sealed. And I had to buy it.
Oh, from that same guy, I got a nice pickup. Where is that? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L.
We're going to get copyright strike by big ABC.
Oh, it's got a figure in front of it. Nightwing, Prince of Gotham. He
Oh,
sold me that
wow.
for $50. That's like a $250 book.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm a big Nightwing
That
fan.
was the same guy who you bought Justice from.
Justice, I don't think the absolute is easy to find, but you can get the deluxe edition, which is still oversized, still fantastic. So that is. But I would say right now to Labruski to answer his question, if you buy one book, I would buy New Frontier, either an absolute if you can find it or deluxe. That's my most reread DC book, hands down.
Okay. YP telling us a lot of New Mutants Volume 3 double dips with X-Men Inferno. Okay.
Got it. Okay, I knew it was something like that.
So just get the first two then, and especially number 1. Madman is Josh's last big book of the year. If you don't like it, you're mad, man. Well,
I love the art.
Yeah, it's just not Jake's cup of tea.
It's not for me. I don't get anything from it.
The Tifa statue, this is back to Final Fantasy VII, and the short blue dress was a budget decision. There was a new Tifa statue that was on pre-order as I chose. Wait, is this the next Imaginon thing? As I chose. Wait, no, I don't think so. No. That was on pre-order as I chose. Okay. Sure. Just can you talk about what some of your favorite Batman omnibuses are? Sure. I honestly, well, actually, I do have.
Yeah. We talk about this a lot, so I love to, how we go back and forth on this. But for our favorite Bat family book, we agree on the Tinian run, Rise and Fall of the Batmen. So that is, yeah.
But I kept that in oversized hardcover. If I hadn't, I would definitely have this omnibus.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the best Batwoman book that came out during Rebirth.
I think it's the best Clayface book, the best Orphan book. Like,
yeah,
it makes you feel like it is. And I'm a big Batman Omni aficionado. Batman Adventures, which is the one based off of the animated series, is really refreshing and fun. Snyder, I loved Volume 1. Volume 2 never gets as good for me. The Paul Dini one is good. I'd probably choose that over the Hush one, but I got both because I'm not a smart man. I'm not a smart man.
Okay, wait. So the Hush Omnibus has the Paul Dini stuff and the
it overlaps like 45% with the Paul Dini Omnibus. So a lot of people, what they do is they buy the Paul Dini Omnibus and then they buy the Hush Absolute or the Hush Deluxe. And for most people, that's enough. You are still missing a little bit of stuff, which a lot of people said wasn't very good, but I'm a sucker for punishment. Months ago in the Jabronis chat, I said, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to say I'm not going to buy it. And the week it comes out, I'm going to buy it. And that's what happened.
And I'm keeping, I would have the Paul Dini Omnibus, but it took me so long to track down those trades. And then there's a couple standard hardcovers in that run. So I've kept all those. And I have the Absolute Hush, which was my first Absolute, and I really like it. You can get, I think, excuse me, I like Hush. Some people don't. I really like the Hush. Actually, I can segue into something that I picked up this year that I really liked.
Smooth segue.
Thank you. And that is, I have an almost complete Hush Mafex display. Hush right there is, and Huntress behind him were the latest two. Nightwing, I think, came in last year. And there's a couple of varieties of Batman. There's Superman with the Poison Ivy kryptonite collar on her. But I'm just waiting for Poison Ivy from Mafex, and this will be complete. But the Hush figure and the Huntress figure were two pickups this year that I was really happy with.
Oh, that's
And
so
then,
sweet.
yeah. And then as far as I don't really have room for statues anymore, so I don't buy them. But this statue came in. That's magic. I got it from Sideshow,
She's
and
one of the Young Mutants, right?
yes, she is. But that's not for you. She's one of my favorite New Mutants. But she's also graduated up to X-Men regularly, especially in the Krakoa era. Anyway, this was the last thing I picked up as far as a statue goes, and I had pre-ordered this almost 2 years ago. So
So, not to ask a dumb question, but like I don't really understand like what's the huge difference between a statue and like a premium action figure. So what I sent you that I pre-ordered for Mondo, is that an action figure or a statue? The Phantasm?
yeah, that is like Harley here. It's like a hot toy. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you can't quite see it. Let's see. It's a posable big giant
Yeah.
action figure. That's what you got.
Okay.
And so
A statue doesn't move at all, right?
correct. And hot toys are posable big action figures, but super well made.
Got it. Okay.
And wait, I forget what you got?
I bought the Mask of the Phantasm. Or
Yes,
the fan. Yeah.
that's right.
I would have loved for it to come with a head that was her without the mask on, but you can't get everything.
Oh, it didn't come with an extra head
Mm-mm.
swap?
Nope.
And here's something that Jake helped me with as far as a pickup this year, my turntable.
Nice.
With a This Will Destroy You album on there. Jake helped me with that.
Did your mic setting change at all? It sounds kind of funny right now. Not like you're just sounding kind of a little echoey.
How's that?
That's better. You're back now.
I knocked this thing's on a pivot. And here's one of my speakers. I got two. Jordan, I mean Jake. Helped me get these two.
Dude,
great.
I just saw the upgraded version of those. So you have the 5s and I just saw the 7s and they look like yours.
Don't make me
but
feel
slightly...
bad.
No, it's okay, man. It's only two more, 7 is only 2 more than 5. I honestly, I didn't even listen to them. Someone returned them because they stopped working and we just had to test them to make sure that they were in fact not working to give him his money back. But dude, I think the way that your turntable and your speakers match aesthetically is fantastic.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, the turntable's just above the speaker there, and then the other turntable is on the other side, and you sat right in where I had the chair for the sweet spot for the sound.
And I love the fact that you aren't putting them on books anymore. we put them on speaker stands. Hopefully you filled them with sand. Also, Cycle, I'm not even a salesman. I don't do sales anymore. I do marketing now. The joke is a salesman lies to one person at a time. A marketer lies to everybody at the same time.
That's awesome. So let's see.
So one for me that was very special, even though it's not like a super rare book or anything, is the slipcase edition of Something is Killing the Children. Now, the reason this is special to me is this was the first year that my wife started reading comic books, and her first comic book was the trade paperback of Something is Killing the Children, and she absolutely loved it. And the proudest moment of my life was when she said, "Is there a bigger version that can go on the main bookshelf?" And I was like, there's a deluxe version and a slipcase version. The slipcase is $15 more, no extras that the regular one doesn't have. It's just a slipcase. And she said, "I want the one with the slipcase." And I said, "I married the right girl." And so I really enjoyed this. I got to read it too, and we got to talk about it. And it was fun. I love how Tinian writes himself into every story. There's always a dark-haired with glasses, gay Wisconsin kid. And you can just tell he works through his life trauma in every book that he writes. So
that's awesome. The next question Nice House on the Lake Deluxe Edition will probably arrive in the next couple days. Hope it could end up being one of the best reads 2023. Jess, have you gotten your copy yet? Plan to read it soon too?
Ooh, what a good segue.
Whoa, here it is. One of my best pickups of 2023. Jake and I are going to read it to be on his channel next week. This is also part of the Stacks of Shame video. So I will be reviewing it probably right around the same time I review my best of the year. And I read how many? 12 issues. I read the first 9 digitally and I loved it.
It's super good. I gave it to my wife. She read the trade paperback before me, and she was coming off of Witches and Something Is Killing the Children, so like really regular horror stuff. And to her, it just took her by surprise, the concept of it, like what, the concept of it, and wasn't really her thing, but she also didn't stick with it. But I'm loving it. Me and Jess originally picked 2 books to do, but we realized that wasn't attainable probably. So we decided,
I
we
might
could
be
do
able
both.
to.
Yeah. But we decided to be smart and say, let's read this one first. And
Yeah.
if we have time, and I said, that's smarter than him reading the other book. I read this one. And then we didn't read the same book,
Yeah. True Graphics says Nice House on the Lake Deluxe Edition is one hell of a read. Definitely on my top 10 books of 2023. For Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 3, I went with the Moon Knight cover. I already had Carnage cover, so I went that route. Jake, I sent you a message on Discord. Is that what you are looking for?
Yeah, it was we got the answer though. It was Inferno that it overlaps with.
Okay. Speaking of Josh Williamson, Flash Omnibus shocked me. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I've got, I think the first 2 Rebirth, 2 or 3 got oversized hardcovers, the first 2 or 3 volumes. Then it went all trades, which is super sucky, but should I upgrade?
I want to hear what I'm doing.
Yes.
So I have, for whatever reason, when I was first starting out, I didn't understand really I was buying trade paperbacks first. And then I realized you could buy the deluxe edition, which was bigger, oversized, and came with 2 trade paperbacks. So for it, I have the first deluxe and then the rest in trade paperbacks, but I also have all of it in single issues. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is sell off the single issues, give the deluxe edition away as a giveaway, and use the money I get selling some of the single issues to afford the Omni,
That's pretty smart. That's very smart.
Yeah.
I feel like, is it 2 or 3 oversized hardcovers? If it's 3 oversized hardcovers, then I don't need the omnibus probably. But then I will need the second and third omnis.
I think what I really liked, if I remember correctly, is they said it would include the button crossover with Batman. So that makes me very happy, instead, because the deluxe editions, they just do don't they just do the Flash issues, and then you have to switch over to the Batman deluxe to get the Batman issues.
Yeah.
Which I'm not super crazy about, because Batman and Flash crossed over twice, once being the button and the other one being the, let's not even talk about it, Heroes in Crisis, the Price crossover, or the Gift, or the Price, whatever it was. So, but I would like them both collected as a completionist.
Derek did the Kickstarter for Klaus, so I'm still waiting for it to ship. Larry and I might have Klaus be our book club book for December.
That's the Morrison Buff Santa thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Kane forgot to add Spider-Man Life Story, and Spider Shadows books that stick with me. Stupid me. Meeting Chip Zdarsky this year was an amazing experience. I'm now a fan for life. Nice.
Perfect segue into one of my books.
Nicely done.
Aren't we professionals?
We have it right here. That's
yeah. So for me, loved Failsafe, and I loved the second one. Was it what was it called? The Gotham? I forget what it was called. But the 2 volumes of this were fantastic. I loved it. and they were really special. At one point, I think we even had a show where we talked about this and World's Finest, so that was really fun. And what was cool about this was I had taken like a couple, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks off reading books, and this was my one that got me back into books and just reminded me of the DC that I love.
Yeah, I just got done with a reading slump myself, and I'm much happier when I'm reading, but you can't force yourself to read. I
Yeah.
think we all need to take a break every once in a while. And my slump was just, I just didn't feel like reading. And I think everybody goes through that.
I felt a similar thing. So for a while, I'd be like work all day, then school all day. Then I would come home and sit on the couch, and I wouldn't even have the energy to go up and read. But the problem is because I wasn't reading, I wasn't refreshing myself to feel better. So it's almost like you need to feel good enough to read, and reading makes you feel better. So now that my work schedule changed, I got a promotion. I work from home half the time.
Woohoo!
Right? It's right.
Congratulations.
Wait, does it do that? Is that something?
Do
Two
something.
thumbs. Come on, do
Yeah.
something. There we go.
There we go. Congratulations, buddy.
And yeah, so I'm still there half the time because we hired Jordan and another one of my friends named Dalen, and I'm training them and overseas for them to take my
Jordan, your
job.
partner in Brave and the Boys?
Yeah, man.
Now you're working with him and you're doing videos with him?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not going to overdose on Jordan? A little
well,
bit.
I'm remote most of the time now.
Huh?
I'm remote most of the time now.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you see him on screen like always.
But what's nice is because before he was working 7 days a week, so it was almost impossible to do content with him.
Oh.
And I kept telling him, I was like, dude, like you should come work at Upscale. And he was like, I went to school to be a psychiatrist. I went to school to be a therapist. I want to work in my field. And it was rough for him, man. And Upscale was like, hey, we'll pay what you're making in 7 days and 5 days, and you get weekends again. And he was like, sold. Morals out the window.
Okay, I feel like this is 20 minutes ago. I'm pretty sure you already answered these.
Yeah, we did that one already.
Yeah. Superman versus Meshy. She gave it 4 out of 5. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Tex, for the super sticker. I can't see what it was. What was it? And Cycle Cleveland wants to sell you an Absolute Justice.
I don't need a third copy, but I'll take an Absolute Goiter.
Oh, sleeping face emoji. Have to go to bed. Changing shifts from night to day. Ooh, rough. Thanks for showing up, Mr. Tex. Appreciate you. Only DC book I guess I'm excited for is something else we like, Warren. Paul Dini's Zatanna. Yes. I hope it's all of the Paul Dini Zatanna. I feel like those got reprinted and then they went out of print again.
I don't think it's been in print for a long time. At least not since I could be wrong, but I don't think it's been in print since I've been collecting DC rigorously.
Okay. Well, I highly recommend Dini's Zatanna. I loved it. Okay, I feel like it's right above the other channel that I ignore, and that's manga in my Discord. Because I don't want any of my goiter spoiled by you. You may talk about goiter and give me thoughts ahead of time. But yeah, I'll start popping it. Oh, also, I don't go into prose. So I even went into the Doctor Who channel today.
If I were you as the leader of as the heart and soul of the Discord, the figurehead, you should just strike the prose because that's so out of character for you. Just strike it. just come in as like the god of that Discord and smite the prose section.
But what about the manga section? What's that doing in there?
They can talk about Superman versus Meshy.
Cycle yelling, is Larry still here? I made his live stream an event in the Discord and then he overslept. I just came back, had to dip out to edit a video. Thanks for any promoting you did. Absolutely, Larry. Your videos automatically post in my Discord.
And I used to have my videos automatically post in your Discord. And I made your videos post in my Discord, and then someone took me out of the running of the 5 you get and put someone else in your Discord. So my heart broke and shattered into a million pieces.
I just saw. Wait, no. A million pieces. I just saw your well, maybe it was YouTube. Let's see.
So I shared the link to this in the Discord, but
Oh,
I
there's
was
Larry's graphic haul, Manga Geekdom. I'm pretty sure I saw something about you for last night.
I might have shared it, but I don't think mine get
I think
shared. And
I think James physically shares. I
yeah,
mean, makes it does
it's
it
like
for
back
you.
in the day when cell phones had like your 5 friends you could talk to unlimited. You know,
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that.
you're in my 5 unlimited. You know, but I didn't make the cut.
You you know what I also need to do is the 5 most important book challenge.
Oh my gosh, that should be your video. That should be your end of the year video. Break the internet with that. The people are clamoring.
Clamoring. Joshua Hay says, "Am I crazy or is Dan Mora like Graham Nolan 2.0? Been reading a lot of his stuff lately, and it's visually really connecting me with the Graham Nolan era of Detective Comics Batman art. Uh, Dan Mora is an absolute beast. Not only is his art fantastic, but he pumps it out. Like he's able to keep up on a monthly schedule. And I think he's doing like 2 or 3, at least 2 books. I know
Yeah.
he's doing at least 2 books. That's crazy. That's like unheard of in the modern times.
I'm gonna play young kid Omnidog card and say I actually don't know who Graham Nolan is. It might be before my time. What have they done? Like, what are they known for?
I actually am not familiar with Graham Nolan either.
Okay,
Was
cool.
that a was that a
They
bat
I don't know.
maybe a
Yeah,
Batman artist in the 90s?
they canceled me for not knowing where blisters on my fingers came from yesterday in my live stream with Chris.
Oh, you didn't know? Well, you are pretty young. Uh,
Because I've
that is
heard the reference. I've got blisters on my fingers referenced in things, but I didn't know what the origin was of the reference.
oh, yeah, Ringo and Helter Skelter.
Yeah,
Which doesn't make any sense to me because he's just playing the
he's
drums
he's not
and
strumming chords.
huh?
He's not strumming chords, like, right?
And that song I feel like is like the birth of metal music practically. It's so hardcore. There's at least 3 pounding guitars in that song. And then that song's my favorite Beatles song, I think. Okay, we're back talking about the Dini Omni. I am excited for my grass cutter from Jake.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a quick sec, just a hot sec.
Your Stan Sakai grass cutter?
I joked that I would send him Spider-Man 2099 if he wrote me into Bang and I got some form of a character arc. So I can't just be in the background eating a sandwich. I wanted it doesn't have to be a big arc. Maybe the arc is I'm hungry and I buy a sandwich or something, you know? but it went back and forth and then he finally got his own copy. So he's been like, he kept being like, "Oh, you got to send me this book. You got to send me this book." So then finally one stream I said, "Okay, man, you're right. I will. I'm going to send you Grass Cutter and Parker and Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck." And they screen capped it or recorded it because James is a robot machine. And now they send it in every Discord and go, "Jake's going to send him Grass Cutter." And it's like, no, he keeps, I literally am subscribed to his Patreon. I give him $3 or something a month and he wants more.
Oh, wow. That's not a good look for you, Josh. Let's see. No, I'm not going to post that because it's busting on one of my favorite stories. Random post here, but I'm reading The Killer for the first time. I've not seen the film and I'm very impressed. Anyone have any European comic recommendations along the same vein? Wow, you came to the right place, Chris, because, well, actually, it's kind of late for my European viewers. Yeah, Aiku, I think, has already gone to bed.
If Literature and Picture or Torsten is still here, he is my international comic fan. Like, he posts all about like European comics and other things like that. He was here earlier in the chat, but it is late.
Torpedo. Yeah. I have I think Noir Burlesque is one of the books that I've read from my stack of shame Bat and Gun Honey Bunk and I are going to do for a crime corner. I'm going to chop up all these stacks of shame and make like 25 videos out of them. Noir Burlesque is I think it's good. I haven't read The Killer. I have it came out in a deluxe, but I have 3 books of it. I haven't seen the movie, but I can totally get back to you, Chris.
So
My friend Tony from Sweden is
can I ask a
always
quick question really
busting
fast?
my what?
Can I ask a question real fast based on what you just said?
Yeah.
That I think is an interesting question. So, do you find it easier motivation to read stuff if you have the idea of not only are you reading something, but content can get made from it too? Like, oh, I could do a video on it. Or do you try to separate your reading for yourself versus your reading for the channel?
I don't do any reading for myself.
Okay.
Everything's content for my channel. And that's why this year has been so bad for me, because everything I've read, I've barely been able to do any videos. I've done more live streams than been able to do review videos. It's really been frustrating because of my chronic pain. But yeah, anything I read. Well, no, I guess that's not true. I have pleasure reading that I'm not necessarily going to be. Yeah, like Pearl. I've already talked about Pearl. That's in the stack of shame. I don't know that I'm going to do a video on it separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's wrong to use the motivation, the added motivation of I could produce content from this to get yourself into the reading. But I think it's important to still do reading for yourself. You know what I mean? And because like not everything should be viewed of, oh, I can make content from this. Like, for instance, I read Lazarus and I really loved Lazarus, but I don't think that my channel being primarily DC based is I don't think I didn't read Lazarus thinking, oh, I could make a review on this. That was just a book I've wanted to read. You've recommended it. I got a great deal on the deluxes, and
Yeah,
it was refreshing to read it while knowing I wasn't going to make content. But there's the added motivation of me reading Nice House on the Lake because I know we're going to make content from it, you know? So I think both kind of readings are important, but it's easy to get in that trap of, oh, I have to make a piece of content for everything I read. And I think that's kind of a bad mindset sometimes.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's actually the Stacks of Shame video I did with Bar. That was primarily to get me motivated. That show was content, picking out the books. But then the Stacks of Shame have so many books in them. I'm overwhelmed and intimidated, and I can't just pull a book out. So Bar was actually doing me a favor and the chat helping me go through and just pull 10 or 12 books out, and I could read them. And I think that's how I have to do it from now on, because those books just aren't going to get read. It's like a to-do list that's 50 items long,
and you keep adding to it, because I at least for myself, maybe not for you, I buy faster than I read. So I don't think I'll never read my whole collection. And the problem is I'm horrible at making decisions. I get anxiety. My biggest fear is going to a diner where there's 36 pages on the menu. I have no idea what to order. So the more books I buy, the more books I'm supposed to read, the harder it is to pick something. And you saw me jumping around. I read Lazarus 1 and I didn't go to 2 and 3. I jumped to Preacher and then I jumped to like this. And it's like I jump around because every choice I make to read, if I'm not making content out of it, is 16 other books I'm not reading. And it's a weird trap to get into, you know? So I've been trying to read for myself and read for my content, and not because like sometimes I'm like, I should be reading this instead. Or like I have all, you know, it just gets overwhelming, man. And it's hard to make a decision.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, first world problems. I have too many books to read.
Yeah.
But yes, there's an added thing of making content from it that I think is good to talk about.
This was back when I was showing the things I was excited about. Fifth of Jack got the Magic statue. Oh, and he got Colossus too. Nice. And William Lee's talking about when I DJ Omnidog, when I had the album up there. Here's
Speaking of
Lars Henderson.
DJ, or should I say DWJ, Murder Falcon. That wasn't my best segue, was it?
It's not bad.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was terrible. This book was a book recommended to me by Bunk, who is a friend of both of our channels and just a really all-around great guy. I bought this and Do a Power Bomb, and I read them back to back in one sitting, which was a 1-2 gut punch. I kind of wish, knowing how intense they were, emotionally, I would have had a breather in between them to like sit with my feelings, you know. But Murder Falcon really, it made me feel like a better person after I was done reading it. It introduced me to Daniel Warren Johnson, because I had never read anything by him before or seen his art before, and it was just like as amazing as Bunk said it was. So it was a very special book.
That's the book I had him. I already owned it, but not the deluxe. And I bought it from him at Heroes Con, because if you bought it from him, he did a big Herkin sketch in it, and it was great.
If he's down, like if he's at Heroes Con and I get to meet him, I want to see if I can pay him to draw me a Murder Falcon tattoo, and I'll get it tattooed on me. I want a Murder Falcon tattoo so freaking bad. I just think it's such a metal bird, you know?
Oh yeah. He is the nicest, happiest guy. He was just standing there with the biggest smile on his face. He was great.
And you picked up my old man Luke for me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're like, why is that not on your list for your favorite pickups?
I have, because I
meant me.
I'll tell you exactly why. They're over in the goiter corner of my other room, where the Stack of Shame books are now for me to read.
Oh, they're not in the main room anymore? You moved them to the broom closet, or?
Actually, I brought them in here now because I'm going to try. I've read more than I thought, so I need to keep them separated. But Goiter Corner is mixed up with everything I got sort of small zine press in the other room. So that's where that is. And well, I feel like you already talked about this, right? Batman the Night by Zdarsky.
Batman the Night I haven't read, actually. That was like that was something else, right?
Okay, I read that and it was great.
Should I get that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Really good. Really, 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 really good.
Okay, I'll buy that.
It's like a young Bruce Wayne training to be Batman and what happens. And Zdarsky just has such a good feel for his characters.
Just like I'm a young Omnidog training to be the big Omnidog someday as Kid Omnidog.
Yeah, I'm going to leave you everything of my vast media empire.
Oh, I was hoping he said comic book collection, but he changed it to vast media empire.
Well, you got to have content. Maybe the books go with that media empire.
We'll see.
I am not up to speed on Saga at all. I ended with issue 50 or whatever it ended with.
Saga is hard for me. So I got all 3 Saga Deluxes as a birthday gift this year from a friend who was not a comic book fan or doesn't know anything about comic books. She even like made an account on In Stock Trades to see my wish list, and she bought them for me. And then In Stock Trades made her wait like a week and a half because she was a new customer. And like, yeah, so like it took forever. But the thing with Saga is I read a lot of it digitally way back in the day and forgot where I left off. So then I tried to reread and reread things, and I was like, you're reading it and you're like, oh, I remember this, but I don't know where I left off again. So I'm like, I can't do that a third time, man. You know, like when you forget, it's like with you and Invincible, you forget where you left off. So you think I got to start over, and then you never get through it.
Well, no, it's always the first 3 books. I've read the first 3 books like 3 times. I just never push past. I like it. I need to do it, but I just haven't done it.
I know how to fix it. Buy the 3 hardcover compendiums. Then all you got to do is read 3 books.
I ain't getting rid of those 12 hardcovers. Those things cost me real dosh. Craig is here. What up, Craig? Good to see you. Shashi, just you getting the... Oh, I'm thinking very much about that. Shashi, we will be talking about that. Webhead and I tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. Webhead and I are going to have a live version of the collected edition video. We already put that one out for people who just want to see strictly what's coming out. And then tomorrow we're going to have a discussion of what we're excited for, why we're excited, and we hope the chat participates and tells us what they're excited about, and maybe tells us what some of the books are, because he put some books in there that we had no idea what they were. They just had cool covers.
I was wondering why that video wasn't a live. I was like, I felt like that would have made a good live, but now it makes sense why.
Yeah, I feel like it's this one was 40 minutes, but I try to keep them around 25 minutes so people can just know what's happening for December, and a quick 25 minutes. But I feel like I'd get less viewers and they'd be less satisfied if it was always a 2-hour live stream. They wouldn't be. So we're going to try it tomorrow. And if we enjoy it, maybe we can just keep doing it that way. But Shashi, that Norse Gods Library Edition looked amazing. I can't wait to talk about it tomorrow. Lars' best pickups of 2023 are single issues: Jeff Lemire's Phantom Road and Tenement, Tinian's Nightmare Country, The Glass House, and Gaiman's Miracle Man, The Silver Age. Those sounds like great books.
I bought The Glass House, so that's like his isn't that like his Sandman stuff, right? With like the Corinthian.
Yeah.
And I love it because he's such like Tinian's at the point of his career now where he's even said this: if I'm not writing creator owned, I'm writing an icon like Dracula or something Sandman. And he's a huge Sandman fan. That's why I loved the one thing I'll say in Nice House on the Lake. They're in the library and you see all the Sandman absolutes on the library wall in Nice House on the Lake. So I thought that was
I don't think I picked up on that.
That's cool. So when they first go to the library, he goes, "What is this? Is this every comic book he told me to read in college?" And then on the bookshelf is all the Sandman absolutes.
Okay.
I'll send you the picture, bro. I thought that was hilarious. And Miracle Man, I read as a blind buy, and I loved it. I read it in like one sitting. And usually Silver Age stuff doesn't land with me as much as other things, but that one felt kind of timeless to me.
What, Alan Moore's Miracle Man?
Oh no, sorry, that was Gaiman's Miracle Man. I read Alan Moore's. Actually, I read the creator who does not want to be named Miracle Man.
Yeah, I still have my Eclipse trades, but I bought the Omni anyway of Miracle Man. And I still have Gaiman's Miracle Man, but I think he's trying to finish Silver Age, right, Lars? And then move on to finish it up or start a new chapter or something. What time was that? 9:22. Oh shoot, I'm still 20 minutes behind. And I want to assure Kane, absolutely not. Prose and manga you guys created them, so they're for you. I had nothing to do with this Discord. I just show up and say hi, so don't worry.
Yeah, the prose and manga aren't for you. You don't gain anything from it.
They're not for me. Graham Nolan was Detective Comic 90s 100%. Okay, good. Scott Buoncristiano and Dan Mora may be the top 2 modern comic artists and the top 10 for sure, I think. Yeah.
To be ignorant again, what has Scott done or that I might have read? Or
he did last week's wait, I'm going to close my eyes so I can't see it in the chat because I'm already forgetting. It was our book. Dark Room. It was our book club book, and it was fantastic. The art, Larry's right. The art was great. And Dan Mora, I agree with him too. Dan Mora is fantastic.
I think it was 4 book clubs in a row, or at least 3 book clubs in a row, where I bought the book club book and said, I'm going to read it. That way I can watch the book club live stream and join in the chat, and then never read it. So finally my wife cut me off and she said, you're not allowed to buy any more of Omnidog's book clubs until you read some of them. So maybe someday I can be like a third guest on that, because I'd love to actually have a live stream where we talk about a book and don't just follow the chat. But yeah, I would, that'd be a blast. But I'm not allowed to buy any more of your book club books because 3 or 4 in a row I didn't ever read.
I don't like that attitude by your wife at all. That's just not happening.
I made the rule, not her.
Oh, then that's even more ridiculous. Co-creator of Bane, co-create Bane. Loved Graham's Nolan's work on Ostrander's Hawk World. Okay, right. I disagree.
Put him
Nightfall.
out of the
No
chat.
wonder I don't know him. Oh yeah, Black Sad. That's a great one. Noir Burlesque is totally in my top 10 of 2023, maybe even number 1. I'm glad you liked it as much as I did, Larry. But we enjoy live, Jess. Okay, peace and love. But I do have to make more review videos because I can't just be a live streaming channel. People want recommendations and stuff.
I know you don't check your analytics, but there is one analytic that would be, I'm just curious for you. It shows what percentage of your people watch videos, live streams, and shorts. So that would be interesting just to see how your audience skews.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I'll look at it someday and tell you. I don't do any shorts.
Yeah. I've really slowed down on shorts, but what I did with shorts is I clipped the live streams into shorts now because I got really big on shorts where it was me doing clips of a book, you know, like a book recap, and it was just photos and my voiceover. But then none of those people would watch my long form content because they didn't know who I was. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So now so it was interesting. So now I try to do shorts where I'm in them instead of just, you know, Long Halloween in 60 seconds or Superman up in the sky in 60 seconds, you know? So,
yeah. This is what I do, Cycle, honestly. You don't, yeah.
says the person who pushed goiter on him so hard. That is hypocritical.
Oh, well, thank you, Razor. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you.
Okay, how about this, man? Every month, send me a photo of your stack of shame because there's bound to be 2 to 6 books or 2 to 5 books in your stack of shame that are in my shelf of shame. And then we'll always just pick 1 or 2 of them. And that just, boom, right there. That's one, we'll chip away slowly at it, you know? And we can do a show on it because that the way we both push ourselves to
let's
read.
not go picking out the china and the drapes just yet, buddy. Just take it easy. We're not getting married here. Oof. You've already got us into like 3 different video series already.
I thought I because there was a fun name. What was it? Heroes and Hounds.
Oh, I kind of do like that idea, but I don't know if I can start another series. Upper management is starting to notice that I'm spending too much time live streaming and not doing stuff around the house. So upper management definitely has an opinion on these things.
I know. I slinked out of the live stream last night and my wife was like, "Can we spend time together? Like just have a date night, watch a movie and order desserts?" And I said, "Sure." And then Jess is like, "Can you make some thumbnails?" And I'm like, so I open up the laptop and she's like, "It's date night." And I'm like, "I got to make thumbnails."
You had banana pudding though that looked awesome.
And a brownie s'more, a s'more brownie.
Well, that looked awesome too. I know. I'm able to satisfy both me and the viewers. Here's Lars talking to Chris about stuff. There's Cycle and a lot of other people have been giving Chris suggestions throughout the chat. Thank you. I definitely will.
I think maybe they misunderstood. It's not that we're reading things that we don't want to read to make content. It's that reading something to make content is different than just reading something for yourself. So I think that it's not that like I'm ever reading something I don't want to read because I'm like, I got to make this video. I don't, because people want authenticity and genuineness when you do a review for something. You know what I mean? So I would never fake being into something for a review, but sometimes, yeah, that'd be crazy, you know? But it's more so having your motivation to read something for you versus making content is different, is I think what we were saying.
Yeah, no, everything I read is hopefully for my pleasure. And then if I make a review out of it, that's a bonus. That's how I'll say that. Thank you for talking about Murder Falcon. I'll order it based on your comments. Oh, you won't
Aw.
regret it. It's
And
a gut
order it
punch.
from OPB using code Omnidog.
Thank you. $2 off, 5% shipping. 4 more books together. Omnidog ship it together.
You could
Thank
buy
you. Good
4
thing.
copies of Murder Falcon and save 5%, and then share 3 copies with your friends and family. Do a Murder Falcon book club. Be amazing. Murder Falcon, amazing.
William Lee, can't you just buy the hardcovers?
I don't think all of them are in print,
Oh, they're not all in print?
but many of them are on organic price books. Use code Omnidog.
Oh, yeah, Kane, thank you. Please hit the like button. I never think to ask that. Please hit the like button. Labruski loves Saga. I've loved it too.
Did you still love it as much after the break?
I haven't read it since the break. I'm waiting for it to be collected.
Yeah, and it's going to take a while for those deluxe editions. If you, I don't, did you do deluxe?
I did.
Yeah,
That's okay. I have
gorgeous
plenty to
books though.
read.
Gorgeous books.
Yeah. Here's James with a question for you. Jake, why didn't you go to LA Con this weekend? They have some great people there. Chip Zdarsky, Scotty Young, Dan Slott, Stan Lee. Why didn't you go?
Know about it, but I am
is
getting
that-
out of a really busy phase of my life, as we talked about. I barely even had time to read, so a comic convention was tough, but life is getting better. Life is getting more open. I bought tickets to Heroes Con. I bought tickets to Wonders Con. So I will be going to more cons.
WonderCon's different than LA Con?
Yeah, WonderCon is in Anaheim, about 10 minutes from my house. And what's great is it's across the street from Disney's second parking lot, which is super expensive to park in, but we have the Disney passes with free parking. So I'll get free parking all weekend long. I'm 10 minutes away. It's going to be Jordan's first con. He's going to bring his girlfriend. I'm going to bring my wife. I'm trying to get Dominic, the comic book report, to come down because he's from San Diego. So that'd be fun for him to come down for a day.
I don't think I knew he lived there. The only thing I'm waiting on is that pre-order for that Dazzler bus. Definitely a pre-order for me. I would never have pegged you, Warren, for a Dazzler fan, but I am going to stick to the Masterworks. I spent real money on those Masterworks. Those were not given to me at all. So,
can I ask, just because my only experience with Dazzler was like, she's the X-Men that shoots lights, right? Like glowy lights or something. Like what makes her interesting to read? Like because I guess she's probably way different than the TV show. So what's interesting about her?
Well, it depends on the writer. One of the books actually, where is that? Here it is. I'll show you.
Dazzle me.
This is a book Bar recommended. I owned it. It wasn't in the stack of shame, but Exterminators. And it depends on how she's a hokey origin. She was a disco. It's a really hokey origin, which is why I like it. It's so cheesy. She was in roller skates and a white jumpsuit back during the disco craze, and Marvel made a disco dancing mutant. And yeah, she controls light and shoots light bombs out of her.
So if it's like Disco Stu was a female and an X-Men.
Yeah, only in this book, these are 4 kick-ass women. It's Boom Boom, Jubilee, X-23, Laura, and Dazzler. And Dazzler's really cool. The 3 of them get kidnapped, and taken to a world kind of like Thor Ragnarok, where they have to battle and
like a gladiator world.
Yeah. And then their opponent for the next one is X-23, who's been kidnapped, and but she remembers who she is, and she's like, "Oh, you guys, this is so awesome. Let's break out of here." And so that's what they do.
It sounds a lot like Thor Ragnarok. That literally sounds like she's like, "I know you from work,"
Yeah, but it's much different. It's Leah Thompson. Leah Williams writes it, and I think this is her best work. She has all these different scenarios, and Dazzler is written really well, and all the characters are written really well. And this is a great modern sort of update on Dazzler, and I think there's a lot
Does
of
she still wear the roller skates and the white jumpsuit, or is she?
actually, I think she does have roller skates on in this,
Yes,
but it works. Wait, I think she does have roller skates.
dude.
Boom
I need to
Boom.
buy that for Jess because she loves roller skates. She used to love roller skating, and if I told her there was a superhero with roller skates, she'd be all about it.
Oh, they might be roller blades in this.
We're anti rollerblades. I'm just kidding. I
Wait
don't
a
know what
sec.
the difference is really.
They get kidnapped by a bunch of vampires. They have to defeat the vampires. Then they have to go explain themselves in Krakoa. And Boom Boom shoots.
What are Boom Boom's powers?
She also shoots like explosive orbs out of all parts of her body, and they
that could be
set her
dangerous.
up to this is what Barr refers to as bombresty, because she
I feel like you need to full screen yourself for this image reveal.
okay. This is when Boom Boom
Whoa, it is every part of her body.
and there's Dazzler over here.
Dang, I wish her lights were different colors. Like, how is your microphone more interesting than that Dazzler image?
Because it changes colors.
Same color changing, buddies.
Well, wait, this is Boom Boom, not Dazzler.
No, trust me, I am looking at Boom Boom, not the one on the other side with the blank white lights. I was looking at Boom Boom.
Yeah, she was a New Mutant along with Jubilee, and I'll do a better review when when I talk about my stacks of shame. But Dazzler is the premise for the story is the Dazzler just got done with a bad breakup and she wants a girls' night out. So Boom Boom and Jubilee go out with her. Here, okay,
That sounds like the Harley Quinn movie almost. The Birds of Prey movie.
That's Dazzler, and they're her roller skate.
Yes, I gotta buy that book.
Yeah, you don't. All you need to know, have to enjoy this book is just a little working knowledge, or you could wiki Dazzler, Boom Boom, Jubilee, and of course X-23.
I'm glad you didn't say it casually. Like, all you need is 30 years of Chris Claremont X-Men knowledge to understand.
No, but it helps that I knew who the New Mutants were and who X-23 and who Dazzler was. So yeah, you can't. This is not a good first book for somebody reading X-Men, but if you have working knowledge, it's a really good book.
My wife just texted me and said Vader won't come inside from the catio. He's like refusing to budge. Like he's having too much fun outside in his catio.
The catio. You had a catio built for your cats.
Yes. So okay. So not to get too deep on the channel, my dad is a very stoic, old school, traditional man. Like his love language is like he'll cook food or he'll build something, but he's not going to say, "Oh, I love you, son." He's going to say, "I built you this." So I've been wanting a catio for a really long time, and I've been looking at ones to buy, which are like a little outside thing for our cats to be outside, but inside and safe. And he goes, I could build one of those. I'm like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "It'd be more expensive and take a lot longer, but it'd be done right." And I go, "Okay, like how much longer? How much more money?" He goes, "It'd be more expensive and take longer." And I go, "You sold me." And 4 months go by, and over these 4 months, I'd get little pictures, and oh my God, man. I mean, you have the photos I sent you. It is giant, and it like comes apart into multiple pieces. It has a door for us to go inside. He spent 4 months painstakingly building this catio for me to say how much he loves me, and our cats
I can
are
share
obsessed.
this.
Yeah, dude, it is bananas. Because us, like for us, we're dinks. We're dual income, no kids. Our kids are our 3 cats, man. So they have the whole world, bro.
Let's see. Wait, why didn't that?
Here, let me send. I can send them to you again if you don't have them.
No, I have it. I opened it.
Oh, I didn't
Why
send
is
you
it-
the finished. Let me send you the finished one. So there's let's see, there's
Wait a
this
minute.
one.
What's happening here? There's the photo. Oh, wait. Maybe open with preview. There it is. Okay, now I can show it.
There, I sent you the finished ones.
It's too late. I'm already going to show this.
Okay.
This is what a catio looks like.
Yep.
A cat patio.
So they have a little door that we put in the screen for them to walk through, and we can lock that little door and still close. And still close the sliding glass door. And it has a lock on the outside, a latch on the inside, a little shelf for us to sit down. This is the craziest part. Do you see that little leg underneath that bottom bench?
This
That
one?
little leg? Yeah. My dad just goes, so yeah, if you want to sit on the bench, there's this little leg right here. But if you decided you'd rather put a box with a bed underneath, he flips it up. It flips up the little leg. He's like, you can put a little box and a bed underneath. It's insane how much work he put onto this thing, man. Like,
wow. He must
so-
love your cats.
I think he loves him. Yeah, he loves us. So yeah. So
that is a catio.
that was our
okay.
day today. That's one of my pickups for the year. My catio pickup. Yeah. I gotta do a catio review.
Here's the Miracle Man to be cleared up. The Silver Age Miracle Man, Mick Anglo's Marvel Man, Kid Marvel Man comics still haven't been properly collected or colorized yet by Marvel. They released a few slapdash HCs collecting some of that material shortly after they reacquired Miracle Man, but apart from those, there's no other way to read those comics, which are good, other than maybe fan scans. Fan scans. What about what I own? I own them in the Eclipse. I own the Eclipse books.
My question is, who wins in a fight, Kid Miracle Man or Kid Omnidog?
I don't know.
The answer is Kid Omnidog wouldn't fight because peace and love, man. That's what Omnidogs are all about.
And banana pudding.
And banana pudding.
It will end with the Dark Age. Okay, good.
That's ominous.
Are they ever going to reprint the Michelini Leighton Iron Man? If they can print Wonder Man, a whole omnibus, then yeah, I would think they should do Michelini Leighton Iron Man. Peace and love. Who asked for a Wonder Man omnibus? That is ridiculous.
I think it's because the show's coming out, right? They're filming the show right now.
Oh, he's got a show? Disney's got to know when to stop, man. What?
Yeah.
Wonder Man? Oh, you know who should have their own show?
Dazzler and
No.
Boom Boom.
No, Black Cat. This is my favorite Omni to pick up this year.
Did they not announce one on Amazon Prime? Let me see. Let me Google this.
What?
Amazon. So Amazon got the TV rights to Spider-Man, and they announced a whole host. Let me see. Amazon Prime.
Anyway,
Spider-Man.
this omnibus is great. I was really excited to pick it up. I have 2 videos about Black Cat. One, why you should buy the Black Cat omnibus when it comes out, and that's me and my 6 trade paperbacks showing you and telling you why Black Cat's so great. And then when the omnibus came out, I did a review of it again because it is so well done with such great art, and everything is awesome in it, and you never know what's happening where and when, and I love this book. So
I know how much you love that one. You talked a lot about it. So I was tempted, but I don't know. I've never read anything with her before, so
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
Amazon,
not for you.
it's not, I wouldn't get anything for it.
No,
So
you wouldn't get
Amazon
anything out of it.
is doing several live action Spider-Man shows that were paused for the Writers Guild strike. The 2 that have been announced were Silk Spider Society and Spider-Man Noir. So
tell me about Silk. Do we know anything about Silk?
Let me click on
Is that
it.
a TV show?
Phil Lord and Chris Miller, blah 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 blah. One of the main shows in the works is a project about Silk, a Korean American hero who got bit by the same spider. Lord and Miller, who did the Spider-Verse, are taking it over. And there haven't been developments other than Lord and Miller are working on it with great care, an exciting start, and then the writer's strike happened. But they said
okay.
we're developing all that stuff with great care, and there's really exciting start for Silk. It's coming along. There'll be news someday soon, and they confirmed that Silk will be live action. And when
Oh,
asked if there were any actors cast yet, he responded negatively. Negative, not negatively, negative to if there was actors cast.
no. Good. Live action Silk. That's awesome. I am up for that.
Do you think live action Spider-Man Noir is going to be in black and white?
Oh, it'd be cool if it was in black and white with like little bits of colors stuck
Yeah,
in.
like he punches someone like it's red or something. I don't know.
Or
But,
working
like,
on that
Rubik's Cube.
Cube, and it was all color.
I'd watch 45 minutes just of Spider-Man Noir in a black and white world fixing the Rubik's Cube until he solves it.
If it's by Nicolas Cage voicing him, I would. Is Spider-Man Noir animated?
Live action.
That's live action too?
I think. Let me double check.
Okay,
But
now those are two things I'm excited about.
Spider-Man Noir. It's going to be so Sony's working on multiple diverse character forward water cooler shows.
Sony. Oh, whoa. This is Sony. Oh,
through
okay.
Amazon Amazon Prime. So they'll be on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
But it's from the okay, let me rephrase. It's Sony from the Spider-Verse team, not the Sony movies. So we can sigh of relief. As much as we're excited for Madam Web, you know.
I kind of am. I know I'm in the minority there, but I think it looks good.
So the untitled live action series will focus on an older take on the iconic wall crawler in 1930s New York. It'll not be Peter Parker and will take place in a separate Spider-Man universe. Oren Uzel from The Lost City, Mortal Kombat, and the Cloverfield Paradox will join the project as writer and producer with Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. And yeah.
Well, I'm actually okay with that. Okay, good. I'm excited about Silk.
And now we're an hour behind in the chat because of me.
No, actually, I think we're still the same. Jess isn't about shorts. He's all about the 4-hour live streams. I prefer my Omnidog live and in large doses. Thank you. I am not acknowledging that, Josh, because I just don't think that was the first metal song. I think it was Helter Skelter. Murder Falcon may have made me shed a tear. Maybe. Oh, I
was bawling.
I was fully choked up and tears coming down my face. This is a good question. Is Batman Eternal Omnibus worth getting for a non-completionist? I don't have to be a completionist for Batman or Superman. I just happen to like the character. See, I skipped a whole chunk of 90s Batman because I just wasn't into it. So Batman Eternal has its ups and downs. I think the ups outweigh the downs. It's more good than bad. There's nothing really bad about it. I think the problem is that it came out alongside Snyder's Batman, and so there were a lot of comparisons to Snyder's Batman. There were other writers involved. Tiny Onion and Snyder, Dustin Wynn. Yeah, I think these stories are good. I liked. How much was this? $125. I imagine it'll probably be a little more expensive now, but
I actually, if it's still on the price, Organic Price Books had it for $77, and with
that's a good price.
Code Omnidog, that goes down to what, $75.
Well, you're going to be ordering 4 more books together, so you get 5% off.
You need Batman and Robin Eternal, and then you probably need both Scott Snyder Batmans to get the whole, get that.
I actually agree with that. Peace and love. I liked Batman and Robin Eternal. I like Batman and Robin Eternal a little bit better than Batman Eternal, and I liked Batman Eternal.
It's a not a daunting omnibus. Like sometimes you look at like Blackest Night and you go, how am I ever going to read all of this? But Batman and Robin Eternal, I look at it and I go, I could do that.
Yeah. So Peter, if you like Batman, you will like Batman Eternal. I think it's well enough written. You don't even have to be a completionist. There's a whole. there's a
It
whole
was-
part of the 90s I don't even acknowledge. So
It was a lot of different writers though, right? Like it was a weekly series. It was, and is it consistent? Like or does it go? Can you tell the quality of the different writers? Because
well, it's Snyder and Tiny Onion. Let me see who they're the main writers. Let me see who the other writers were. Just a sec. Batman Eternal. Story, Scott Snyder, Tiny Onion,
Ray Fox, Tim Seeley, John Layman,
Kyle Higgins.
Oh, Kyle Higgins is great.
Yeah. Ray Fox is probably the only one in there that I think is mid.
Oh, you used one of my words.
I sure did. So yeah. Wow, who did this art? This art's awesome.
Isn't it Jason Fabuk?
Jason
And
Fabok?
Yeah. I know he does some of the art in it.
It looked like Frank Quitely for a second. Anyway, yeah, I think you should get this, Peter.
It's something that's good for me because Jess will. I mean, I think I'm known on YouTube in a small way as being the guy who spends out of print money, whale prices on out of print books, and I think I've come to an end of that. So I am very excited that I was patient. I waited, and because here's the thing. I was from the DC world where DC books took forever to get out of print. I started collecting Marvel this year. I tore through every book I wanted, and then all of them started getting announced for reprints, and I got burned. So what I will say though is one of my last ones to show off is this one. So one of the books Jess recommended to me was Captain America by Ed Brubaker, and because I love Ed Brubaker, I've never read Captain America before, but I loved him in the movies. And Jess told me, he said, you want to wait till you have all 5 because you want to read all of them together. And at the time, the first 3 were in print, 4 and 5 weren't. And I wanted to buy them. I wanted to pay whale prices, and Jess convinced me not to. And they got announced for reprints, and I waited all year. And I got to tell you, man, whatever feeling I got that was a rush buying an out of print book is nothing compared to the feeling of a book being reprinted and being patient and getting it at the right price. And that feeling is what I'm trying to coast off of instead of the weird. Because when you buy an out of print book, you get this high and this rush, and then there's this guilt and shame where I get a look from my wife and I'm like, I'm sorry. This is a guilt-free book. My Batman Eternal, it's been a gap on my bookshelf because I didn't want to have to redo all my shelves. So I left the gap in there. And I'm in that feeling of sliding that back in print book that I didn't pay whale prices for is going to be worth the patient wait of those months. So
totally.
I cannot wait to read the Ed Brubaker run. I cannot wait. And it'll be fantastic.
I told you, I read all 5 of those in a weekend. Thursday through Sunday, I just burned through them. James, would you like to highlight my review of that? Sure. Thank you. Okay, good. So, yeah, you're going to be really happy with that Captain America by Brubaker. It is really awesome. And I'm glad you didn't get out of print priced, marginalized.
Okay, so Josh's recent comment that said you stopped buying whales 5 times. I think I ended when I made my video. I collected all my whales. It's been months since I've bought an out of print book, and I think I'm doing okay. Jake loves showing off books. No, I'm not falling for the bait. You know what? You know what book I love showing off that no one else has?
No internet bullies.
Grass Cutter.
Internet bullies. Lars says, other great pickups this year, 4 hardcovers collecting the first 12 albums of Jerome K. Jerome Block, Maikyo, La Tendre, and Dodier, Far South by Centulo and Fernandez. Hey, there's Jaggernaut. What up? Those 4 Dazzler Masterworks are really nice, especially those DM covers. I never upgrade for Masterworks. I hope people buy the Omni and enjoy the series. Exactly, N-Man 40. But no, you're in for 70s cheesiness.
My wife just texted me and said, "Can you come down and kill a spider really fast?"
Go ahead. I'll catch up in the chat.
I'll BRB, guys.
So, where are we here? Larry, the first few issues of the OG Dazzler had some bits. One where she fights Terax. He should have muted his mic. She fights Terax, Galactus Herald, and there are also some great X-Men crossovers. Oh, had some nice bits. Okay, good. I haven't read it since the 70s. The Mysterious Case Against Roy Fly by these two people. Oh, and Cosmic Detective by Jeff Lemire, Matt Kent, and David Rubin. I have that from the Kickstarter, and I just haven't read it yet. Dazzler converts her singing voice into light energy. Really, any sound. It's nice. Cats are lucky. Dual income, no kids. Yeah. Dink. That's an old phrase. I don't want to tell him, but that's a boomer phrase. Thanks for being here, YP. I'm glad you were able to join. Thanks. I trust Omnidog until he says, whoa, dude, I never said this about Squirrel Girl. And second of all, I bought it on a dare from Kristen, basically, because she and I are going to read it, but I have never recommended the unreadable Squirrel Girl. Black Cat, I mean, you're doing yourself a disservice by not at least trying it on Marvel Unlimited. This is Jed MacKay really writing a great book. This is how he's going to end up writing Spider-Man, because he is everything he writes. His Moon Knight is great. He's great. And I think he writes Doctor Strange too. Death of Doctor Strange, or am I thinking, wait, where is that? No, I don't have it here. Anyway, dude, you're doing yourself a disservice by not giving Black Cat a try. It is really well written. Tons of twists and turns that you never saw coming. Squirrel Girl, you're on your own. I don't recommend that to anybody. I did that on a dare. Ah, perfect. See, do that. Watch that, William, and get back to me. It's like 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes of your life and look at this Black Cat review I did. Or this one. This is where I really go crazy on it. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Spider-Man Noir. I also would like to see that. Would love a Peter show, but doubt it. Batman in the Discord starts now. Do we have a Batman channel now? General. Or are you just yanking my chain? Oh, there's my Swatch Watch room. Oh, Cycle Cleveland's live. Cycle, what are you up to in the chat? Okay, wait. Battered Super DC fans saying, what is that? I think Cycle's holding court in the Discord. That's funny. Kane says, Madam Web looks interesting. I will watch that when it releases. Craven films, not so much. Totally agree with you, Kane. Madam Web looked interesting to me. Craven hasn't done anything for me. I'm not interested at all. But Madam Web looks really cool. Chicken Crunchwrap Supreme. That sounds pretty good. Thanks, just using your code as we speak for Batman Eternal. Nice. I hope you enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it, you will definitely enjoy Batman and Robin Eternal too. I actually will die on that hill that Batman and Robin Eternal is fun. Yeah, I finished it over the summer with Omnibros, Daniel. As a matter of fact, we read it and reviewed it on Omnibros. It is amazingly brutal and raw. It might be the rawest thing I've ever read in comics. It's amazing. My Batman Eternal got wet, so I'm going to get the reprint. Oh, did you have a flood or something? That's not good. Is that you and your dog? What kind of dog is that? That is so cute. Daniel, what kind of dog is that? I have not seen that, Larry. Right. We can talk about it since he's not in the chat right now. Since he's not in the show, he's off killing a spider. And man, when my uncle gave me his new 52 and Rebirth collection, wow, nice uncle. Batman Eternal Omnibus was not in the collection. I thought at that time the book would be around for a while, then late in 2021 it vanished. But it's back in POG form, like Alf. Jake loves showing off books no one else has, though. We can talk all we want about Jake since he's not in the show right now. Omnidog's Vault, does Brubaker's Captain America live up to the hype? Thank you, James. Have you seen, hey Nuke, have you seen the recent trailer for the Suicide Squad game? Are you going to play it? I have a very serious backlog, shock, for my PS5. I don't even know what's happening with Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. My daughter and I rarely play it. So, I mean, I still haven't played Shenmue 3 or Star Wars Knights of the Round Table or whatever that was. Knights of the Order. What was it? Coder. I still haven't finished Spider-Man 1, and I own Spider-Man 1 and 2. I don't own the new one. But that's a long answer to say I really can't buy any video games until I catch up at least a little bit. And I'm going to play Mario Party online with Geo and T-Lar Blunt. So that'll be fun. Maybe we can stream that on Twitch. 90s kids know Dinks from Doug. The neighbors are the Dinks. Oh, okay. My daughter and I didn't watch Doug, but I know who Doug is. Picking up whales for good prices is such a rush. I had been looking for Deadpool by Joe Kelly Omnibus since late 2018. Just a sec.
Did he stay down there?
Okay. It was my final whale after all these years, and I finally snagged one last week. Nice. Nice. Good night, Cage. Thank you for being with us. Yeah, this chair is Jake. Dude, you need to, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You need to mute your mic next time.
How can you hear me from downstairs?
We heard the whole thing.
Oh, weird. How? That's insane that it can go all the way from downstairs, though.
Yeah, I guess those are good headphones. Gabriel, I don't know what Cycle's up to in... I don't know what he's doing in the Discord. He's got Batman something going on. I don't know what's happening, honestly. Oh, okay. It is a live chat. Maybe he's lonely and needs to talk to some people. I won't judge. Josh says, I won't lie. I'm hoping in 2024 there are less amazing books being printed. Space and cash. Also picking Conan back up. Oh, that's a commitment. Crom Save You is right. More like a forum. Okay. Next Imaginat's helping here. I think it would help Jake in understanding Dazzler's formation if you were to explain to him just how big of a sensation Olivia Newton-John was back when was back during the late 70s, mid 80s, and how the
I don't want you
Comic
to get
and character satisfied a particular niche for Marvel as ground level, more inclusively girls and queer audience appealing, disco exploitative music entertainment industry farce. Nice. Thank you.
I don't want to make you mad, but I don't know who Olivia Newton-John is.
Seriously?
No, I actually don't. Is a musician an actress or something?
Both. Yeah. She was a
Okay.
singer and an actress. She was in Grease.
I haven't seen
And
Grease. That's the one where that's the one where they all look like 50 and they're in high school, right?
yeah.
I
With John Travolta.
my wife loves that movie, but to me, like they seem very pushy and like not. It feels like consent's not a big thing in Greece, so I didn't.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
a good
watched
point.
I watched Grease with Today. Like there was a whole song where they were like, I don't remember these, but it's like they were like pushing like a girl do something she didn't want to do, and I'm like, I'm not about this. Like, and
That's a good point.
yeah. To me, Grease didn't seem consensual.
Well, that's a good point. But she was she had a period, next Imagine That's Right, where she was popular as a singer on the radio. There was a thing called radio back then. She had a lot of hits, and then she became an actress, and she became even more famous. So yeah, it was that's a good point also about it being sort of an
era of its time.
Yeah, and it's as he said, it's a farce and making fun of it, and I don't think it's for you.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you worrying about us? Oh, okay.
Did he mean me and my wife?
Oh, do you mean okay? It does get a little confusing. I do
Oh,
worry about Jake and Jess. I don't want to go through rough waters. I don't want go through rough waters like I have. Also, I could buy grass cutter anytime.
I appreciate that, man, but we're doing pretty good right now.
I also love everyone like drop me in the story right now. Like maybe I have a plan and now isn't the time. Sigh, everyone wants to be put in.
I
I
did not
haven't
say
asked to
that.
be put in.
You wanted an Omni and I wanted some payment, and I said we could write the story together. I said let's look at scripts. You know, it would have been organic. Speaking of organic, I'm just kidding.
That's right. Organic price books code Omnidogs with $2 off your order. Big money, 5% off shipping for more books. Yeah, Omnidogs ship it together. Peter bought Batman Eternal from OPB using my code while you were gone.
Yes. Did he buy Batman and Robin Eternal also?
I think he's
I'm just kidding. I'm just being a bad influence.
I think he's just gonna start with this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah. Patty helped me by getting me water. Thank you.
And other Jess gave me a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar.
Nice. I do not want to be too negative, but Jed McKay's Moon Knight is not up to the standard set by Bendis, Ellis, and Jeff Lemire. As a question, I will allow it. As a statement, I will not allow it. Ellis, Wood, and Bunn and Lemire, I don't know that anybody would put Bendis in there. God bless Bendis. I like him a lot, but even I didn't think his Moon Knight was that great. And I am a Moon Knight completionist, so that's why I have that.
Is it better than his Superman work, though?
I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, my dog's breed is what the heck?
And this brings you to the session of Jess tries to pronounce that dog breed name. As you know, Jess is the dog breed or aficionado. So every show, we give him one obscure dog breed for him to pronounce.
Nederlandse Keukenhonde.
The Keukenhoer is silent, by the way.
Which is?
The Keukenhoer.
The Keuker? So it's a Honde. Wow. Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, Nuke. I think that's what it was.
I don't know what the reference is, but that's the video game, right? The old one or the new one?
Yeah, I forget. Now I forget. They asked me if I was going to play a certain video game, get a certain video game, and I said I have shockingly, a backlog of video games right now.
Only game you need to play is Stardew Valley. Put your vinyl record on, and dude, I tell you, you'll start slow with Stardew Valley, but by like 2 hours in, you'll be calling me, and I'll send you Excel spreadsheets on which berries make the best, which berries to turn into jam versus which berries to turn into wine to maximize your profits.
That is one of my all-time favorite box sets. That soundtrack to Stardew Valley. I love that.
Okay, at least I don't think you'll ever part with it, but if you ever do, promise you won't sell it to anyone but me. I am the biggest Stardew Valley fan in the world. I have spent literally hundreds of hours in that game.
Is it not in print?
I don't think so. But Stardew Valley was created by one person. He made every song himself, every pixel himself, every bit of the game himself, and it is just a labor of love, and I think it is one of the best video games ever made.
Well, it's certainly the best soundtrack I've got right now.
Dude, oh my gosh, did you see they're doing a concert this year?
Stardew Valley?
Yeah, with an orchestra.
Live orchestra? Wow.
Yeah, I think there's a one in LA. I wonder if there's any near you, but I haven't gone to a concert in forever because whenever I go to a concert, I just wish I was home. Like I'm like getting ready for it to be, and I think it's because like I was really into electronic music where you have to dance the entire time, and I became a fuddy-duddy, and I was just looking forward to going home. But Stardew Valley and orchestra sounds like there'd be seats. That's just me being Kid Omnidog, though, right? Not wanting to leave my house.
You are Kid Omnidog. That's totally my attitude about everything leaving the house. I can't wait for it to be over and I come back home.
Peter, yes, I would say get the deluxe edition of Black Mirror for now. The Absolute will come back in print someday. I only did it because I got a really good deal on it, but I would say get the deluxe edition, which you can pre-order now from OPB.
Awesome first try, Jess. Thank you. Labruski, Stardew Valley is the greatest game ever. I can't do that while I have a show going, Gabriel. I'm sorry. There's some great books coming out in 2024. I have the books I'm interested in listed up through April. However, it seems they are more spaced out than in years past and not clumped together. That reminds me of... No, I don't think there's any way you could guess. Can anybody guess? It's within the first 3 months of the year what my most anticipated omnibus is. It's in the first 3 months. I'll give you that hint.
Oh, of next year?
Yeah, next year. That's my most anticipated.
I just realized that this week I get to check off the last of what was my wife-approved omnis for the year. Oh my God.
What'd you just do?
Does this make balloons?
Oh my gosh, I got to upgrade my software. I want that feature so bad.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Oh, that's cool. What if you do 2 thumbs up?
Ask me if I like the Authority.
You suck, man.
No.
You suck. Why do I even have you get what the... Okay. It's time for Kid Omnidog to go home and go to sleep. Dude, what is wrong with you? How can you not like the Authority?
Okay, I figured out what it was. Can I tell you?
Yeah, wait a second. Let me just catch up in the chat real quick, and then we will discuss that. Oh, this is good for Labruski. Just read the first issue of Gotham Central again. Think I'm going to buy the Omni. It'll be my first. You should like it because, I mean, not like you should like it. I mean, you really probably will like it because it's by Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker, 2 of the best crime writers in comics, and they alternate day and night shifts throughout the whole book. There's hardly any Batman, and it's really great, Labruski. I mean, you really should dig it.
And that's, I've always said the one thing I don't like about my Batman comics is Batman. And I've wanted to see more issues of the police filling out paperwork. I'm just kidding.
Ragnarok and Wolfsmund were my whale. Sound travels. That was us hearing you kill the spider. Eric Skywalker. Oh, I love your avatar. I think waiting for the reprints is the right thing to do. On the other hand, it's the worst feeling when a book goes out of print and you missed it. Especially you miss if it's goes out of print in the first half hour that it goes out, like back during the pandemic. But now we're in more normal times. Taylor Swift is rumored to portray Dazzler. Perfect. I have no problem with that casting.
Who
No,
would you
you're
cast
right.
for
I did
Boom
not
Boom?
understand that Doug was in love with Patty Mayonnaise.
If Taylor Swift is who you want, if who we want to play Dazzler, who's your dream casting for Boom Boom?
Margot Robbie.
Oh my god.
Let me think. Who would be a good Boom Boom? I guess it has to be younger than Margot Robbie. Boom Boom. Okay, Sydney Sweeney. I see. I don't know young actresses.
Anyone from Madam Web could be Boom Boom. Got it.
Yeah. I don't shoot. I don't know young actresses.
What does
okay.
Boom Boom look like again? I only focus on one part of her.
She was blonde and looked sort of like Barbie. She's
What about
kind of a party girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney as Boom Boom. I'm here for it.
Okay.
Great choice.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, Anna Taylor-Joy as Boom
I was
Boom.
just thinking of her.
Did you see that Furiosa trailer?
I did.
Oh, I love Anna Taylor-Joy. She was in The Menu, which was one of my favorite films of the year.
Have you seen Queen's Gambit on Netflix?
Yes.
She's
How
awesome.
do they make me so into chess? You know,
I know.
what I mean?
That's her spell that she casts on you. Could the Black Mirror? Did you already answered this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, here's the thing: it's okay to double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip, as you know, buy the deluxe, and that'll tide you over until the absolute, and then you can sell the deluxe to someone else, or keep it, or whatever you want. You know.
Omnidog, what would you say was the best decade for music, and why is it the 80s? You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you, Lars. I loved the 80s. I was super into punk, new wave, underground, alternative, and the 80s was great for that. So yeah, I agree with you, Lars.
Were those different genres or one really specific genre?
Those were, I think new wave sort of morphed into a bigger thing of alternative underground sort of.
Because I didn't know if it was like alternative was one genre, but you were like new wave alternative punk underground. I was like, was that one really specific genre? Because I'm here for it.
Those are all with a dash in between.
Okay, like a little comma. Got it.
Not a slash. It was a dash.
I was like, wow, he's got some specific.
Labruski wants to start a farm with you. Is it interactive?
There is a multiplayer. Jess, if you get, I'll even do you one better, bro. I will buy you the game if we play it one time together. We could I will not only buy you the game, I will buy the adapter so we could live stream together and have what we do on our farm show up for the live stream. I will make that happen. So we play Stardew Valley together. We're doing a live stream. As we're doing the live stream, everyone can see us farm together.
This is like the 5th show you've started up with me on the stream so far.
I just want to have someone to play Stardew Valley with.
What don't I need some kind of card to stream live?
Only one of us needs it.
Sorry?
Only one of us needs it because we don't both need it. Yeah, so you can get a capture card. But if we're playing together on a farm, only one of us needs the adapter. So like I said, I'll buy the stuff. We can make it happen. We could come farm with us.
Okay, let me look at it on YouTube after this, and then I will consider your generous offer. That is a generous offer.
Yeah.
I can just see me getting sucked into that. I don't have anything to do with you, Cycle. Stop yelling. That's a good guess. It's not quite right though, but that's a very good guess.
I'm excited for that one.
Oh, this is another good. You know what? Let me double check that I actually have this right.
Can I guess what it is then?
Yeah, wait, let me make sure that I've got it right. Comic releases tomorrow. Webhead and I are going to be doing a live collected editions for Live collected editions for December, where we invite you to come in and talk with us about what books in December you're excited for, and we'll go in depth on the books we're excited for, and we'll talk and learn and stuff and have fun. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, 12.
Okay, can I just ask, is it a DC book?
Let me see that it's actually going to be The Question by Volume 2. That was a good guess. It's not quite right. Just wait a second.
Because I have 2 guesses.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, it is the first 3 months.
Okay.
Wait, let the chat
I think I know what it is.
kick Jake and join me. Why would I do that?
Is it a book
That's
in a
true.
series that was in your stack of shame at one point?
No, it hasn't come out yet. I'm anticipating.
I know. I was saying, is it in a series that has at one point been in your stack of shame?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I mean, the character is represented in the stack of shame, but not the book.
So, okay.
Music
Got it.
concerts are fun. My favorites are still Video Games Live and Florence and the Machine. I just got a mini whale. Mary M sent me Scene of the Crime Deluxe. Shot a review video for it today. Wow, Mary. I didn't even know Scene of the Crime was out of print. That's really cool.
Okay, I have my guess when you're ready.
Okay, everybody's got an opinion. I'm sticking with the 80s, I think. Did anyone buy Batman Arkham Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch yet?
I heard it's terrible, and like on like a performance standpoint, like it's
really?
abysmal. Yeah.
Don't leave me out of the farm. It was my idea. No, I know how to get a hold of you, Labruski. You're in the Discord.
No, yeah, and I would love to do a farm with you, bro. Like
Yeah.
literally, just shoot me a message.
Well, Razor, I'm sorry, I got a Mac.
Oh, I think it's on Mac also.
I know, but he said play on a PC and you don't need a capture card. We both have Macs. I was going to say Astro City Opus Edition Volume 1, but I think you said you were keeping your existing collections. Yes, so far I am keeping my collection. Is it ROM? Florence is amazing. She is. I love her music. It speaks to my soul. Wow. His is The Brave and the Boys.
I think he meant like what is not my Discord. I think he meant like what is my name in your Discord. But yeah, I'm Jake from The Brave and the Boys. I am in both the Omnidog Discord and my Discord is linked down below in the description. But you know, party in the Omnidog Discord. I'm here to promote his content, not mine.
But it's okay.
If I mention my Discord, I feel like Cycle's gonna freak out. So only go to the Cycle Discord.
It's fine.
Okay. For your top book, is it a book that's incredibly important to you that's now being released in an Omni?
Yes.
Then I have my guess, and I think I know what it is.
Okay, what is it?
Is it Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Hard Traveling Heroes?
It is not. That is a good guess, though.
Because at first I was thinking JLI Volume 3, but then when you said it wasn't in your stack of shame, and it was a Omni that was something that was very important to you, I thought it was going to be Green Lantern, green, because that's like your book, man. You know, like
yeah, that omnibus. Miriam's being nice to Larry. That's really nice. So I think I'm gonna have to put Cycle Cleveland in timeout. Cycle, you're really messing up the chat right now. Just calm down. It's definitely not JLI LOL Taylor had to fight tooth.
I thought you read it and you got into it though. Didn't you get into it?
Yeah, and that's actually a book that I'm halfway through and I need to go back to it.
I sold my 2 JLIs to Illuminati because I had heard from the YouTube sources that I followed that Volume 3 was never going to come out. And then as soon as I sold my JLIs to Tyler, Volume 3 got announced. So you're welcome.
Yeah. While everybody's wondering what the most important book to me of next year is going to be, I will show you covers of David Nakayama's, who's now rivaling Adam Hughes as my favorite cover artist. These are my 2 favorite pickups. I framed them. Let me highlight myself. This is David Nakayama.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, this is Spider-Man 29. And I just think this is amazing. And then the other, I mean, I have a bunch framed that need to go up on the walls. Here's Silk. So you see why I was so excited for a Silk TV show. This is just amazing to me. And I just got this in David Nakayama.
Ooh.
I think it's black, white, and redder Harley Quinn 5. I've already showed off these Birds of Prey. Then this Supergirl. It's hard to see because it's a foil. But there's stars in the background. There you can see the stars in his signature.
That's
I think this
gorgeous.
is awesome. Oh, thank you, Kane. Thank you. Maybe somebody hasn't seen these yet then. This is the connecting covers for Birds of Prey.
Ooh.
Whoop. I'm going to have a whole wall of his art in frames.
What do you have on the spinner rack this month?
It's Harley Quinn, and I'm going to do my best. If I feel well, I'm going to make a reel for Instagram that maybe I can make a short too of my spinning the spinner rack, highlighting each book really quick. How long do you have on Instagram?
So for YouTube Shorts, you have 60 seconds. Instagram Reels, you have 90 seconds.
90 seconds. Okay.
So a little helpful trick is shoot a 60-second version and then add on something that gets you to 90 seconds because Instagram will push something longer than 60 seconds more. So you kind of you make one video with 2 version lengths, you know?
Okay. So then I will spin it full of Harley. Then I will spin it full of Adam Hughes. And then I should have enough David Nakayama. Unfortunately, now that I think about it, I've got a bunch of his framed now. But then I will so I'm going to try and make that a thing. If I can just put some good days together where I can actually focus on some fun content, like putting a spinner rack of stuff up.
You know, I'll come visit again another day and we'll make tons of shorts, man. We'll make so many shorts. We won't do a 5-hour live stream in person together. That took up all of our time.
No, but that's a good guess.
And I got that for like $20 on an Amazon price glitch. So we'll see if that comes through, bro.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Are you pumped for Hard Traveling Heroes or are you not going to pick that up?
Did Jake just tell Jess to add 30 seconds of filler?
No,
I don't know.
you add, you make a slightly different version. 30 seconds of filler should be my YouTube name.
Wait, I forget. Are we talking about the Green Lantern,
Yeah.
Green Arrow omnibus that's coming out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see what's in that because I I feel like it's 1,100 pages. And I think I was talking to Bunk or Chris Spalga about it. And we were trying to figure out, even if you do hard traveling heroes and space traveling heroes and everything else that was in the back of Flash. And then geez,
What
now
if it's just a grip of extras?
I don't think so. I think it's oh, you mean like 80 pages of Neil Adams drawings
Yeah,
or
what if
something?
it's all of what if it's like all of the absolute in script, you know what I mean? It's just all of the scripts or something cool or all sketches or behind the scene photos. Like, I don't know. We can dream, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll have to see. I already have the absolute of the most important issues to me
Best
of
10
Hard
bucks I ever
Traveling
spent.
Heroes. Sorry?
Best 10 bucks I ever spent.
You got that for 10 bucks?
I got 2 copies for 20 on a Barnes and Noble. For whatever reason, they did a closeout on their absolute. So I bought Preacher 1 and 2 for 10 bucks. And I bought oh my God, I can't even do anything with my hands, man. I feel like I need to have handcuffs on. And I bought 2 copies of the Green Lantern Green Arrow. The Preachers never went through. They canceled my order, but I got two copies of Green Lantern Green Arrow, and I gave one to Jordan.
Nice.
So I do help people with absolutes.
Let's see. Now, when you say skyscraper formatted videos, are you talking about portrait video?
Yes. I think he means 9x16 portrait videos.
Like this way?
Yep.
Because that's that's what I would be doing for Instagram.
Okay, ready? Can I give you the biggest hack to make your reel work really well for spinning the reel?
Okay, just a sec. This is a good guess. It's not quite it. And I agree with you, Rick. That half of the book, yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like it's a damned if you don't, because what if they had just released the Omni without enough extras? Everyone would have said, this is too small to be an Omni. This is Planet of the Apes, Like, I'd rather they put the extras in than not,
Let's see. Wait, I feel like somebody else guessed something. No.
When does the Zdarsky Daredevil come out?
Sorry?
When does the Zdarsky Daredevil come out?
Let's see. I will have to. I suck at searching. Let's see if I can do it here. On comicreleases.com.
Oh, it's gotta be the Dazzler bus, right? The Dazzler omnibus. That's your
No,
most
I already
hype.
said I'm not selling my Masterworks.
I know. I'm just making a joke, man.
Oh, Zdarsky Daredevil omnibus. I can't even spell right. And it. Okay, let's see.
July 2nd, 2024.
How did we even get there?
Oh, I was just trying to figure out what your book was. So I didn't know, because I know that you were collecting the oversized hardcovers, but I didn't know if they were ever going to finish them,
Yeah, well, I'm going to put you all out of your misery. It's Silver Age Superman Volume 1. How could you not know that about me?
I didn't even know that book was coming. I haven't watched because I'm waiting for the live stream. I wanted to go in blind.
I think N-Man might have said something about Thor by Kieran Gillen or something. I am looking forward to that, I think. Or was it Journey into Mystery that you said, N-Man 40? That was way long ago. And I agree with Larry here. Nothing wrong with skinny omnis. The problem is not reducing the price to match. Well, yeah, it is all subjective, Jewish Dragons. I love Adam Hughes still. He's still my top artist. Currently working. Yeah.
I think Reaper had a good question. Right, but a little bit more up.
Well, that also is a good answer. Is it this one?
Yes.
Anyone
So,
omnibus or deluxe edition you want that hasn't been announced for any publisher?
so I would really like an oversized version of Up in the Sky because they did a standard size hardcover and a trade paperback that are both super out of print. That's one of my favorite books out there. So I would just love, I
Those
would
are
love
both out of print? Okay, that is a crime.
Yeah, because that's such a good entryway into Superman because you don't need any continuity. It's super good. I
They let that go out of print.
ready for this. So I one time did a show where I gave 4 copies of Up in the Sky out to non-comic book fans, and I explained to them why I love the story so much. Then I lost my copy when I moved out of my ex's house. So of my standard size hardcover, I wanted to buy a trade paperback, but they were all out of print. So one of my friends said, "Hey, I heard you're going to WonderCon. You want your copy of Up in the Sky back so you can get it signed." And he gave me the copy. I gave him back for free so I could get it signed by Tom King. So
Well, that's cool.
that was super nice of him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see Daredevil Volume 5 by Zdarsky come out. That's what I'd really like. So I can start reading it.
Or I mean, I think the easy answer is all post-crisis Batman and all that Cape Crusader and Dark Knight Detective and Omni. That would be dope.
Okay, and I'll add to that Superman. There's not nearly enough Superman Omnis. There's hardly any Superman Omnis compared to. I mean, I feel like Flash has more Omnis than Superman.
That was my pickup today, and it infuriates me. What is this? Why is one of them blue and the rest are orange? It's not even red; it's orange.
Is it orange?
That's
Wait,
not
let me
the right.
highlight you.
That's not the right Superman red, bro. Look at that.
Oh no, you're right.
That is not Superman red, bro. Why is one of them blue? They could have done every other. It could have been like a blue, like gradient into orange, but that is ridiculous, and it had to be on purpose. I don't even know why they did that.
Okay, 5-minute warning. I have to go in 5 minutes.
Heck yeah, because I have Mexican food that delivered downstairs.
Oh. I know you want to read more new titles than classic ones, Jess. That is actually true, but as soon as we can get going on more Batman and Silver Age Omnis, the closer we'll get to that 1968 to 1974 sweet spot that I really want.
I just want to see some absolutes where Batman fights the Grasshopper Gang. I want my Grasshopper edition.
Razor wants scalped Omnis. Rising wants Inhumans for Geo. I mean, come on. Wonder Man gets an Omni and Inhumans can't. A Gil Kane Sword of Adam absolute.
I mean, if we're saying absolutes, I'd say Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow would be an awesome absolute.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. The Goon Library Edition and Hillbilly Library Edition.
Or a gallery edition of Better Ray Bill by Daniel Warren Johnson would be sick.
That's a great book. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Elevator's 100% right. Jonah Hex. The New 52 All-Star Western run and then the Jonah Hex run right before it. You are right, Dr. Elevator. Josh agrees. Bang, the Ballad of the Tiger Deluxe Edition.
If you ever did an absolute edition of Bang, what would you call it? Like, what if we have like the Grass Cutter edition of Usagi? What would be the Bang, like the Bang edition name? That's what I want to know, Josh.
Those are the John Byrne books, right?
Yep.
And is that it, or are there a few more to go?
That's all of it. And I heard they were starting to go out of print, so I grabbed them.
So they're 3 orange and 1 blue.
Yep. 1 blue, 3 orange.
1 blue, 3 orange. Yeah, I kept my Man of Steel trades too.
That's a crime. These aren't oversized, right?
Oh yeah.
That's
That's
a crime. I mean,
that is a
they're
crime.
chunky. Don't get me wrong. Like this is a good size book, but
Can they make Jim Lee Snyder Superman Absolute already? WTF is DC doing? Oh, so you're talking about Superman Unchained? I would definitely buy that. I like that book.
I mean, we are getting a new Superman Absolute, which I'm excited for.
Which one's that?
The Jeff Johns one.
Uh,
Let me pull up
Jeff
so I can
Johns.
get.
Secret Origins?
Let's see, Jeff Johns, Superman. I think the solicitation from everything that people are saying, the solicitation is wrong about what they say in it, but it's the Jeff Johns and Gary Frank Absolute.
Oh, yeah. So it'll have
And
Secret
they're saying Superman and the Legion of Superheroes, Superman Brainiac, Superman Secret Origin, featuring Action Comics 858, 863, 866, 870, Secret Origins 1 through 6, Action Comics Annual 10, New Krypton Special 1, Action Comics 900, and Action Comics 858. But according to Chris, that's wrong. That solicitation can't be correct. So
Chris Balga?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I trust his authority and stuff. Not even because I hear him type those things in his velvety voice, but he says things with such authority.
Yeah. 100% concur with Jonah Hex, Palmiotti Gray. I would buy 3 copies just to have one to tear up while reading. Tear up while reading. One for my mantle and one for my bookshelf. You mean tear up, not tear up.
I hope
right?
so.
Yeah.
Is that on DC Universe? Should I read that? Is that a good run?
Jonah Hex?
Yeah, I've never read anything about Jonah Hex.
Oh yeah. Start with it's called just Jonah Hex, and it's by Jimmy Palmiotti and Gray, whatever his last name is. They're always a writing team for Jonah Hex, and those are super out of print. And then New 52 was called All Star Western, and it's more Justin Gray, I think. It's All Star Western is just more Jonah Hex, and they're really good. A lot of them are just standalone stories, and they're great westerns, and they can have a little of a kind of occult, spooky element. Some of them can.
I only knew him from the animated TV show, and he's like the cowboy with a hole in his cheek, right? Like
exactly.
he's why you don't smoke cigarettes or something. But I don't know what
I
caused
think
it.
that was some kind of Civil War battle scar or something.
Nice.
Not sure. Although I don't know. Maybe he did smoke. Oh, Madame Xanadu. That was a really good series. Good one. A complete collection of Jam de Mateus Seekers into the Mystery, and a continuation of that series.
Why is there no Boom Boom Omnibus? That's what I'm wanting now.
There is New Mutants.
Oh, you're right. Young Mutants.
Kane would like to have Batman and Robin Adventures Omnibus.
That's the follow. That's like the follow up to Batman Adventures, right? The animated series stuff.
Sorry, I just heard a weird humming. What's that?
That's the follow up to the Batman Adventures Omnibus, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Not the animated series.
Oh, tear up meaning read it and not worry about being damaged. Okay. Oh, Cycle, calm down and agreeing about Madame Xanadu. Yeah.
No, he's lowercase. That means he's not telling the truth.
Oh man.
I speak fluent Cycle. He's gonna say more nice things lowercase, and then when you least expect it, all caps. That was BS. I'm just joking. You're wrong.
Okay, you tear through it. Okay, got it. Okay, we reach, man. Larry is clearly watching on the big screen, catching the sketchy details. Jake, yes. That's Batman and Robin Adventures.
Oh, okay, got it.
Superman Adventures.
I saw a photo on Facebook last week of someone who had done a cool custom bind of all the different Adventures comics, and it looked gorgeous. It was one of those. It was one of those ones where you're like, take my money, you know.
I don't know anything about Gail Simone being the next X-Men writer, Nuke.
Did you
Collecting
see that?
DeMatteis. I'd love his runs on Dr. Fate or his Spectacular Spider-Man.
Did you see Gail's tweets on her Secret Six omnibus?
I did, yeah.
That made me happy. I don't know anything about Secret Six other than what I read in Infinite Crisis, but give me more of that, you know?
Yeah, Secret Six is so great. Jess, is the new Dark Justice coming out? You mean Justice League Dark Rebirth omnibus? Yes. It's even, I liked Justice League Dark New 52, but it had some weak points, mostly that
Oh,
story.
don't say that. I just bought that Omni last week.
Oh, no. 3/4 of it is great. It's
Okay, which
sort of
which
sags
quarter?
in
Which quarters?
well, it sags sort of in the middle. I'm not going to tell you what part, but it's really good. It's worth owning, worth reading. But Rebirth,
That
Justice League
I've
Dark,
read that though. That's
that's
fantastic.
fantastic. Yeah, that's a must buy. Yep, it's actually past 11. So right, it is time. Oh, Marcelo, I'm so sorry you're just joining because now we're going to be ending this adventure with Jake.
It
Oh,
was an
Samantha's still
amazing
here.
adventure though.
Post-crisis Batman for me. I didn't know
Yes.
Samantha was still here. I want post-crisis Batman and post-crisis Superman. Come
So
on.
my question is, would you want them to separate the Dark Knight Detective Omnis from the Cape Crusader Omnis, or would you want them to be just Batman post-crisis all in one?
That sounds like a mapping question. So
Like, I'm saying, would you rather it be two Omni lines, one for all the Detective Comics and one for all the Batman issues, or would you
Oh,
rather it be just Batman post-crisis and then mixed together?
I would, without trying to map them out, I
Oh,
would
I don't need the
say,
exact mapping. I just meant, do you want your stories mixed together, or do you want them? Because you know how they did the Cape Crusader line and the Dark Detective line. I didn't know if you'd just want those as Omnis, or if you'd want Omnis with them both mixed together.
if there are stories that go back and forth between Detective and Batman, then I'd want those in one volume
Got it.
to collect the stories.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Same with Superman, because Superman would cross over all the time, action and Superman.
Yeah.
So I would want those in a separate volume too, if it makes sense for the story. Like I can't even. Why is it so hard for me to find a copy of Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite? Which, while it was an unfortunate name, it was still a fun story. It's just a dopey trade paperback that's been out of print for about 20 years, I think.
I know. I paid more than I should have for second chances a few weeks ago.
It gripes my cookies, man.
Gripes your cookies.
We're talking Batman right now, and skipping the jail dark rebirth omnibus as Colette's 4 trades are enough for me, especially when the omnibus is $200.
Is it like an international shipping thing or something?
Wait, what's Next Imaginaut saying? Okay, wait. Let me just go back before now. I'd need more time for a more thoughtful answer, but a Kirby Ditko 2001 A Space Odyssey Machine Man Omni would be near the top of the list. Okay, well, I personally liked Justice League Dark Rebirth.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. So
I have a fair amount of them in the single issues.
Oh, you do? Okay.
because I collected all that. Rebirth was when I started buying single issues, so I have a majority of Rebirth in single issues. I was thinking, because I don't even know what I own in single issues anymore. It'd be fun to do a video where me and my wife just go through my long boxes that are at my parents' house together and just see what I have, because I don't even know what I have.
I don't know what I have either. Okay, so thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been fun. Thank you, Jake, for joining Baturdays in the BatCave, where we talked about our favorite pickups of 2023. Oh, I am so updating my computer after this.
Oh, is this one not going? There you go.
Thank you to the chat. Thank you to the people that super chatted. Thank you to everybody that participated. This was a lot of fun. I am running out of steam though, although I could go 5 hours because we're having fun. Where can people find you, Kid Omnidog?
Guys, you can find me on The Brave and the Boys on YouTube. You can find me on as The Brave and the Boy on TikTok. You can find us on Discord. You can find me on a lot of the Facebook groups. I just someone that likes making friends online to talk about comics. So it's always an honor to be a guest on Jess's show. It's always an honor to have him on my show. So thank you for letting me be a part of this Baturdays. I had a blast.
And I'll be on your show at the end of next week, right?
Yes. 1 book for sure. 2 books if we finish them in time, you know?
And tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me and Webhead for a live Essential Collected Editions. Yes, Pity Ma. As a matter of fact, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Webhead and I think maybe Reaper, was this your idea that we do it live? I feel like it might have been Reaper's idea. And we'll be talking collected editions for December 2023. Yeah, Webhead, I think he's making his live debut. So join us and talk about all things collected editions for December, this month that we're in right now. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that we're already in December. So peace and love, peace and love. See you tomorrow at 1. And all of Jake, all of Jake's information is down below. His 95 links. Yeah, I thought that was you. Well, we made your dream come true, buddy. And so I will use the Baturday song to play us out. Peace and love, peace and love. Thank you for being here.
Bye, guys.
Baturdays. Baturdays. Omnidog in the miniature of comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the Baturdays. Baturdays.